going on, everyone? It's your boy House of Jazz. Back again with another installment of Any Questions? I appreciate everyone joining me this evening. This live stream is for you. Literally, I am just here. I've been doing this. This is like my 5th week in a row doing this live stream. And I'm just here to be able to just try to help people. If you have any questions about piano questions or just questions about music theory, anything that's pretty much music related, that's what this stream is for. I just posted a link in the description, well, not the description, but the chat box just now. If you would like to join me right now on this panel with me, feel free to click that link. It's really simple. There's nothing you have to download. I use a service called StreamYard, and that's one of the beauties of StreamYard is that there's never nothing to download. All you have to do is have a web browser. That's it. And you'll be able to join me on here. Let me see. I got Bev T in the house. What's going on, Bev? I got D over there probably already causing trouble. I see she left a comment earlier. What's up, D? Unique or Uncle? Does it say Unique? Uncle? Well, I'll just call you Greg because I'm not sure what the first name's supposed to be. So I'll say Greg. Can you please make Try It on My Heart by Whitney Houston? I don't recall seeing a payment for that song in my PayPal or my what you call this thing down here, Cash App. I don't recall seeing a donation for that tutorial to be made. So yeah. So can you provide some ideas on filling chords? Can you be a little bit more clear, Bev T, so I can better answer your question? Just a little bit more clarity. Kenneth Gray Jr. I am well. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I'm cool. I'm cool. Yes, D, you. Yeah. Talking about who? Me. Barcelona, we got, is that Julie Pineal. Okay, well, man, people from all over the world. I tell you, that's the crazy thing about YouTube, y'all, man. People be from everywhere. I appreciate you taking the time to come check out and hang out with me. Like I said, this live stream is just for those that may just, that just might have some questions that they want answered. So, we're just sitting here. Bev T said, fill in chords. I'm just waiting to get, Kenneth, are you from New Orleans? That's what's up. New Orleans up in the house. Just waiting to get a little bit more clarity on exactly what you're asking. So again, if you would like, you feel free to type your questions over in the chat box. That's fine. Or if you prefer, you can join me on screen right now. I just put the link in the chat box. I'll just randomly just keep popping it in there because I know there'll be new people popping in or whatever. So, Troublemakers is here. What's going on, D? Got the troublemaker.
Who, me?
Oh no, never you. What's going on, D?
Oh, hold on. Let me let me turn off the.
Yeah, I can hear myself. You got something set.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn off the.
Yeah, I can hear myself. If you are playing,
there we go.
Testing. Yeah, I still hear myself.
How's that?
Like an echo. I don't know what you done did to your setting between Saturday and now, but you done did.
How's that now?
Testing. Yeah, there we go. Now I can talk without hearing myself. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Oh
Okay, anyway. Okay, so she said if you are playing 1-4-5 chords, how would you fatten that progression? Um, well, you can just fatten up the chords, I guess. You don't always, okay, 1-4-5. It's not, when you're playing those chords, you don't always, like, when I explained the number system, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I talked about it a little bit. I basically used the basic chords to explain that. Let me take this out so you can see my screen. Like, okay, so I was talking about the song I always go to when I'm talking about 1-4-5 is I always go to Hezekiah Walker, "Oh Lord, we praise you," because that entire song is 1-4-5-1, and then you pretty much play it in every key. Like when I talked about that song, I just simply was playing just a regular C major chord. That's just an inverted. Then I just went to a regular F chord. Then I just went to a regular G major chord, and then I went back to C, to a C major chord, and I just kept it normal. If you want to fatten it up, just fatten the chords that you play. You don't have to play just the generic C chord, the generic F, and the G. So let's say you might do C major 9, F major 9, G9. Now right there, I just fatten it up. So the difference, like, hopefully, this is answering your question. Let me stop talking and let you hear the difference. This is the basic chords. And then this is me fattening up just the chords. So that's still a 1-4-5, but I just fatten the chords up. So let me know if that's what you were asking, because if that's the case, oh, she said I like that. Okay, so basically you have to fatten up the chords, and we can talk about fattening up chords. We kind of talked about it before, but if I don't get a whole bunch of new questions coming in, then we can just talk about fattening up. We can pick some keys and some chords and just show some, some fatness. You know what I'm saying? Show that pretty hot and temptingness, fatness. I ain't talking about the
Lord.
what's on my stomach. I'm talking about that PHAT. We can talk about that, but let me see if you're okay. Echoing here too. Oh yeah, I think we fixed that already. Okay. Yeah, Bev says she likes that. I thought it was. I saw another question about F sharp or something. Would you play any pass? Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. You can always throw that in there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can always throw some passing chords in there. So I couldn't think of anything special to do. Oh, let me take this off the screen so you can actually see the notes that I'm playing. I couldn't think of anything real special to do, but so I just went F sharp major 6. But yeah, you can always throw stuff in there to make it, sweet. Sorry, that's all I could think of right now. But yeah, you absolutely, absolutely, as Steve Urkel would say, absolutely could do that, no doubt. Let me just scroll up for. Okay, yeah, I knew it was a. I did skip a question. Okay, is there a song that starts in F sharp major? I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of songs that start with a F sharp major 7. I hate using that name. I like calling it G flat. Oh, you know what? I can think of a song right now that starts with an F sharp major. Major 9. There was a time when I felt life was sobering out. when you went away from me. It's a Boys to Men song. My dying heart made it hard to breathe. Would sit in my room, 'cause I didn't wanna have to go out and see you walking by. One look and I break right down and cry. I'll cry. Now you. So yeah, that song is called "Doing Just Fine." So off the top of my head, that song starts right on that F sharp major 7, major 9, however you want to play it. So, oh yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of songs that start with every chord in the world for the most part, probably. Let me see. We got. How do you break down the theory of a song like "Skate" by Silk Sonic? Okay, first of all, I don't know who Silk Sonic is or Skate, but let me see if I can finish reading the question. Like, what are they thinking when they choose the chords they choose? Oh my goodness! Now I can tell you right now, Marcus Witz, what's going on, man? I'm doing well. How are you doing? I can't tell you what they're thinking. I honestly, I mean, there's a lot of people I know. Bruno Mars. Okay, I can't really tell you what they're thinking because everybody has their own process when they're writing songs. I know a lot of times, when I used to write songs, like the songs that I wrote, and I shared like little snippets of them, a few like maybe on episode 2 or something like that. And I didn't know nothing about the number system when I wrote those songs. Like I wrote these were still in the 1990s, and I just knew how to read sheet music, and pretty much that's it. So it's just with that, I'm just using my ear. I'm just if I'm hearing something like, okay, I started with that chord, and this is one of my favorite songs that I ever written, at least to date. And I mean, I can't. All I know, I wasn't. It was like I was just listening. I was looking for a sound. I was just looking for a vibe. I can't tell you whether when a person is composing a song, if they're thinking numbers or not. But I will tell you that if you get yourself familiarized with popular progressions via the number system, you'll probably find yourself using some of them. But yeah, I can't really tell you what they're thinking. I think sometimes they're just hearing something in their head. You know what I'm saying? They got a song in their head. I mean, Michael Jackson used to talk about it all the time. I looked at a clip yesterday of Michael Jackson. I think it was 83. Matter of fact, I was looking at it on YouTube, a nice long. Eventually, LaToya, he was at his house. I think he was still living with his parents at the time. Thriller had been out probably, but he was still living at his house with his parents. And LaToya eventually came out, and they had asked him about writing songs, and he said, I don't know. He said the songs just come from somewhere else, and he's just a vessel. He just hears it. He's like, he hears it, and then it just comes out. So I'm sure there are composers that probably are thinking, they might just fool around with some progressions. They might say, well, let me try 2-5-1. I can tell you that when I came up with Sir House of Jazz, the piano tutorial, man, I can tell you 100% that I was not thinking 2-5-1. But I don't know how many of you actually realize that that's nothing but a 2-5-1 chord progression when I do that on all my videos. But I wasn't thinking 2-5-1. I remember I said, I just want to create something real catchy to do at the beginning of my tutorials. I always play the song first, and then I just I used to just go, what's up, it's your boy Sir House of J, something like that I would do. And I just wanted something. I was not thinking 2-5-1. It was just like I just needed something. And Sometimes I do this chord. I think I'm flat 5, and then I was just like, oh yeah, resolve it. And I promise you, I was not. I didn't even realize. It took me a minute before I realized I was playing a 2-5-1 because I just wasn't thinking that way. I was just thinking, what do I want to hear? I wanted something real fat, and I just wanted. But yeah, every time you hear me say, "What's good, everybody?" It's your boy, Sir House of. That's a 2, suspended 5. Then I resolved it, and then come to the 1. So it's like so. Yeah. So I know that's a long explanation, but and just to say I don't know, but I can't tell you. The answer is I don't know what they're thinking. That's 50% of the back. Oh, there go Ron up in the chat. What's going on, Sir Ron? Yes, sir. Chord progressions. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, it says Silk Sonic is Bruno Mars. Okay. But I guess the question is, how can I translate what I hear that can break me away from the number system when writing? Don't think about the number system, man. It's like here's the thing about the number system. The number system is great, and it's also a hindrance. This is just me talking personally. This is just in my opinion. It is a great thing, but it can also be a crutch, and it can actually be a bad thing. The thing about some people, okay, once they learn the number system, it's almost as if they feel like, okay, yeah, I have to stick to this. If I don't stick to 2-5-1 or 7-3-6 and 2-5-1, or 1-4-5, oh no, oh man, it has to be these progressions, or it's not, man. You got to forget all that. Let me tell you what the number system helps you with. With pop music, popular music, and even in gospel, because again, "Oh Lord, we praise you" by Hezekiah Walker is a gospel song. So gospel, pop music, R&B music, the number system is great because a lot of people, even when they don't even know the number system, like I didn't understand the number system when I wrote that song that went. I was just, just playing chords or whatever. But people just tend, because we emulate when we're writing songs, we can't help it. Whatever songs that we loved and we listened to growing up, you always going to hear some type of essence in it. When you're creating your own, you always going to hear, like, if you listen to some of my ballads, if you tell me you don't hear a Babyface ballad in my song, I'm gonna say something wrong with your ears. If you don't hear Jimmy Jam and Charlie Lewis, if you don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, these are Brian McKnight. If you tell me you don't hear that in my music, I'm gonna say something wrong with your ears, because clearly you're gonna hear that style, you're gonna hear that vibe. And so what people tend to do is they use chord progressions that gives a certain vibe. And so when you know the number system, it's like that number system will help you be able to learn how to play a song quickly, especially if you're sitting in church and let's praise God for for that elderly sister that stands up and says, I just want to thank the Lord, and then she just starts singing something, and she's looking at you like, well, why aren't you playing the song? And you never heard the song before. Once you can figure out what key she's in, more than likely, she's going to sing a song that you're already familiar with in gospel. It's like the progression is going to be, and you'll be able to hear it and be like, oh, okay, she's just going. You might hear a 1-4-5. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm just, I don't know. I'm blank. I'm drawing a blank right now. But once you hear it, so that's where the number system really helps. It also helps with being able to transpose on the spot. Being able to transpose on the spot. If you playing the piano and it's time for, and then you need to be able to play it in another key or whatever. all you have to do, and I explained this. This is me just kind of going over what I've already talked about before, but like with the 1-4-5 chords, okay, I'm playing 1-4-5 and go back to 1, and then if the chord director say go up, instead of me trying to be like, okay, well, C, half step, you don't have time to think about it while you're playing, you know what I'm saying? So, but if you know that you're playing 1-4-5-1, okay, cool. Well, I know I was in C. He said go up, so now all I gotta do is just play the 1-4-5-1. I don't want to, because I already spent a lot of time on this a couple of weeks ago. But I'm just saying that is that knowing the number system will really help you in a situation like that. But when it comes to you writing your own songs, man, I almost want to tell someone, man, don't even think about the number system. Throw it away and just write what you hear. Write what you feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't feel like you have to be locked in to, oh well they said you got to play the 7-3-6-2-5-1, so yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Say if I do, nah, if you hearing something different, man, do something different. Don't be worried about what people got to say, man. You know what I'm saying? You just do what you feel. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's my long answer to that. Let me see. Let me scroll back up and make sure I didn't miss anything. Chord progressions, okay. That's deep. Oh, cool, no problem. I'm 9. Thank the Lord for you, Jack. Oh, well, thank the Lord for you too, Mark, man. Thank the Lord for all of us, bro. I appreciate that. Then he said, see, that's exactly where I'm at. Okay. Oh, Juwala, what's going on? Baby sis up in the house over there in the chat over there. Say what's up to Jewel, y'all. She be trying to act shy on us. I appreciate the answer. No problem, Hour 9. Okay, let me see. We got another question. How do I practice hand and finger placement? Keep doing numbered fingerings. Okay, how do I practice hand and finger placement? I'm trying to think if there's a way. I mean, the only is to just practice it. I'm gonna share this, and I talked about it maybe a week or two ago too. My fingers, I don't really have quote unquote piano fingers. They're kind of fat. They're kind of short, right? But there are a lot of chords, and I know a lot of good, cats. Because again, I am not, man. I know a lot of y'all, like my tutorials, and I teach you songs. But if you really pay attention to how I teach how to play a song, I'm pretty simple. I'll throw some fatness in there. I'll throw some fat chords here and there or whatever. But I'm pretty much a basic player. You know what I'm saying? I keeps it as simple as I can. I'll put the major 9 or minor 9 in there. Throw some 11s and 13s in there. But I can't even play. I can't even physically form some of the chords that those dudes with those long fingers can form. Like, I physically can't do it just because of how my fingers are. So my finger placement will be different than for people who have longer fingers. So sometimes I know when you're learning, and I've taught piano from a classic sense, because in the classical way of teaching it, where you sit down and you tell the person, put your thumb on C, and then first finger, what's that? What you call that? Index finger on 1, middle finger on 2, ring finger 3. I'm sorry. Index finger on D, middle finger on E, ring finger on F, and then your pinky on G. I've taught this. I've taught it for years. Okay, I've taught lots of kids how to play the piano because I was a music teacher for 13 years, right? And it's definitely a good way to get started, because you want to train your fingers on moving and all that stuff. But once you get out of the You know, once you're not playing simple songs like that anymore, you have to become more advanced, and you got to start playing some. Once you advance from the you know what I'm saying? You gotta make it do. You gotta make it do what it do. That's what I'm gonna say. You're gonna have to figure out how to use the chords. So don't get too stuck on, especially now. I know with classical music. Now, if you're gonna be a classical music person, and that's what you're gonna play. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna look at you and frown. They're gonna frown at you, if with your finger placements and all that stuff, man. But ain't nobody gonna frown at you at that at that Baptist church, that Pentecostal church. They only gonna frown at you if you don't know how to play the song. Then they'll look at you then, but they ain't gonna care about how you got your fingers placement. So get in where you fit in. That's why I say, don't be too concerned about the fingering. But at the same time, if you're learning and once you're getting started and you really don't know what you're doing and you have someone teaching, I always teach people the simple stuff first. And then I tell them, I say, if you stick with it, we'll get to the point where we'll play some of the songs that you want to play and we're going to come out of that. But, don't be too concerned about the fingering. Just play it the way it feels, the way it feels good for you. You know what I'm saying? Brandy, uh, if any of y'all are familiar with my Saturday streams, and D, it's funny that D is on the panel with me right now. We always get on her because she plays the piano and she does not like to use her thumbs. And I mean, yeah, we clown her and all, but I mean, Brandy can play the piano, so it's like it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If you can make the song sound like the song, it just is what it is. So, I think you almost have to be able to just, whatever works for you at some point, whatever works for you, you're just gonna have to figure that out. And like I said, everybody's fingers are different. I want to play some of those fat chords that I see. Sometimes I don't look at a lot of other people that do the music videos and stuff like that. Not because I'm any type of hate towards them. Because if anything, I want to be like them when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? But just because I'm busy trying to produce videos for my channel, I just don't have the time. But when I do catch them and I see some of their fingering positions, and then I be like, how do they do that? Man, I never could. You know what I'm saying? It's like, at some point, just do it, man. Just you're gonna have to figure out what works for you. Someone asked, "Are you located in Atlanta?" I know the accent is Maryland of sorts. Well, you got it right when you said Maryland, sir. I am not. I've never been to Atlanta ever, so.
Of
Uh,
course, they got that Merlin is
ain't
D,
nobody
man.
ask you anything, D. They ain't ask you nothing. Like the thumb always on say. Okay, I actually just talked about that. Okay. Yes, I'm from Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore Murderland. How did you fully learn how to play 251 in different keys? Practice.
Yep.
And that's the truth. Like, how did
Yep.
let me make sure I'm reading that question right. How did you fully learn how to play 251 in different keys? Um, if I break that down, I kind of talked about this on a previous episode. But
Subjugal.
if learning the scales, all like learning the scales in every key, um, for me, helped me to be able to learn how to play all my chords. Okay, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did a live stream where I showed how you take a major scale, and then from the major scale, I said, okay, so we took the C major scale, and then I showed you how to make a C chord with it. C major, C minor, C dominant 7, C minor 7. I think I went to major 9, minor 9. I think that's what I did. So the process for me learning the 251 in every key was to just, first of all, I have to learn how to play all my chords. So at some point, I don't even remember when when I was just like, wow, I can play pretty much every chord in every key. It just, the more you play, it's the more you just start picking up. But you have to learn all those chords. Now, once you learn those chords, then the 2-5-1 is easy, because it's like, okay, well, if you're in the key of C, you already know. Let me take this off the screen so you can see it better. That C is 1, F is 4, G is 5, and just for the sake of this, I'll just say, and then go back to 1-2-5-1. 1-4-5-1. I'm sorry. Is that what? Yeah, 1-4-5-1. Okay, so okay, of course, everyone knows their C major scale. Hopefully, if you don't know your C major scale, oh my goodness, it's all start on C, play all your white keys until you get to C again. Okay, there you go. That's the quick learn. That's a real quick lesson on your C major scale. You start on C and just play every single white key until you get to C again. There you go. Lesson over for that. That's your C major scale. Now,
Lord have mercy.
so if you so okay, you're in the key of C, and I know that C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7. You look at 1. So I know, and you also have to know with your number system that 1, you're supposed to always play your chords as a major. Okay, let me fix that. I don't want to say always. When dealing with the number system, usually you play your 1 chord as a major chord. You usually will play your 4 chord as a major chord, and as well as the 5. A lot of times the 5 can be played as a dominant 7 too as well. So 1 will be C major, F will be 4, right? G is 5, 1. Now, of course, you have to, if you want to be able to do 2-5-1 in the key of C sharp or D flat, first of all, you need to know your scale. You need to know the notes that's in that scale. So you got D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, and then D flat. So that's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. So you gotta go 1, 3, 5. Okay, so that's my 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, G flat is my 4, right? And then you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, A flat. Okay, A flat, and then you go back to 1. Okay, cool. And then same thing with every single key. I'm not going to sit here and do every single key because, like I said, I've done this on live stream already. But once you get to the key of D, first of all, you need to know the scale. Know your D major scale. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Okay, so what's the 1 in D? A D chord. What's a D major chord? There we go. Then what's the 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. G is the 4, so that means 4 is supposed to usually played as a major. So play a G major chord. What's the 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A. So play that as a major or dominant chord. In this case, we'll keep it simple, major. And then of course your 1 is going to take you right back to D major again. 1, 4, 5, 1. So you ask, how do you do it in every key? That's what you do. Then you go to your next scale. Now we're in the key of E flat. What's your E flat scale? E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Okay, so E flat is 1. And then what's my 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. A flat is 4. What's my 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B flat, right? And then you go back to 1, which hopefully you'll remember is E flat. So that's how you learn it in every single key. That's how you do it in every key. Then you go to the key of E. You got to know your E major scale. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, right? 1, 4, 5, 1. Then you go to the, and same thing with F. 1, 4, 5. So that's, kind of a long explanation, but to be honest with you, it's a long process to be able to play your 2-5-1 in every. I'm sorry, I keep saying 2 5 1. You're 1 4 5 1 in every key, but that's really there's no real shortcut. There's some things you're just going to have to sit down and learn. So I hope I helped you with that question. How did you play? Oh, you was asking about 2 5 1, and I was doing one. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, you okay? 2 5 1. Okay, I wasn't. I was playing showing 1 4 5, but okay. Let's come back to the key of C for a second. Let me just make sure that since you specifically asked about 2 5 1, now I know why I kept saying 2 5 1. Okay, in the key of C, C is 1, D is 2. With your number system, the 2 chord is usually played as a minor chord. So that means you want to play a D minor chord, right? Because that's your 2. And then what's the 5 in the key of C? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. G is your 5, right? Your 5 is usually played as a major or dominant, right? And then, of course, your 1 in C is going to be C, right? So that's 2 5 1. 2 5 1. And then you go to the next key. Okay, so now you're in the key of D flat, C sharp, D flat. Again, you got to know your scale, right? That's your D flat scale. So what's the 2 in D flat? It's going to be E flat. Your 2 chord is usually played as a minor chord. So you want to play an E flat minor. What's the 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is A flat. You know, 5 is usually played as a major or dominant 7. And then you come to the 1, which is D flat. So you got same thing with the key of D. If you're in the key of D, E is the 2, right? So you play E minor, right? So that's your 2, then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the A chord, so play it as a major. And then go to your 1. So you got 2, 5. And you do that with every single key. I just wanted to make sure, since you specifically asked about 2 5 1. But yeah, it's you have to know your chords first. I mean major or minors. Hold up. I'm sorry. I mean straight talk. I'm just seeing that you typed that. Did I kind of answer that question? Are you saying were you trying to figure out when to play the chord as a major chord and when to play it as a minor? Let me know if that's what your question was, because I kind of answered it a little bit, but I can go a little bit more deeper if that's what your question was. Thank you. I've been trying to teach myself piano, played clarinet for years. Okay, what's this? Is this Quito? Quito Kid. I know I probably messed up your name. I apologize if I did, but that's cool. You're welcome, man. Which has dedicated fingering, so hearing this with the keys is new. And what you said helps. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think with almost any instrument, man, you have some of your greatest guitar players. Like, I think someone told me that Jimi Hendrix, did he play his guitar upside down too? I know for a fact that Babyface plays his guitar upside down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does.
Right, yeah. So it's like, that's why I say, don't worry about the fingering like that, man. It's some of your greatest musicians, greatest people to ever touch an instrument do things totally backwards according to what people say. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, James Antoine? How you doing? You got it right. He said I got it right. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Straight, okay. Can you play Tell Me What You Want? You know what? I did a tutorial for Tell Me. I don't know how long ago. I could try to. I could try to. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, are you saying Tell Me What You Want as in? Is that the SOS man? Don't they have a song called? No, that's Tell. That's a. Which Tell Me are you talking about? Are you talking about Drew Hill? If you talk about Drew Hill, I haven't played it since I did the tutorial, but I probably got the chord sheet in my email or something. I could try picking it up if that's the song you're talking about. Again, for those of you that might be just joining in, this is just me answering questions I do not claim to know the answer to every single question under the world, about music theory, in the world, I should say, about music theory. But if you have a question that you always wanted to ask, feel free to ask. I just posted a link in the description box if you would like to come on with me and D on the video and ask your question that way or whatever. Feel free to do so. The link, I just posted a link. That link will just follow the instructions. You'll be on in no time. You do not have to download a thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to download anything. So while we're waiting for the next question to come up, let's talk about scales, your major scales. How many people out there are struggling with being able to play all of your major scales because it's like you're having a hard time figuring out what the
Me, me.
Oh, for real? You don't know all your major scales yet?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I was about to say the lies you tell. I'm always talking about, but I have a little formula that I like to that I teach that I've taught oh, okay, Straight Talk said me that is Lawrence. I guess we'll call you Lawrence. It says Straight Talk with Lawrence Weekly, so we'll call you Lawrence. Okay, well, let's talk about scales then, since we have somebody out there. I'm gonna tell you. All right, let me just teach this one quick thing. You have something that's called whole steps, and you got something that's called half steps. This is how I teach major scales. And this is, I'm talking about on the elementary school level. This is how I taught it. And basically, I teach it this way because this is how it was taught to me. And I was in high school when I learned this, so it is what it is. But you have to know the difference. To learn it the way I'm going to teach it, you have to know the difference between a whole step and a half step. So let's talk about a whole step and a half step. On the sense of a piano, I'm going to teach you real easily whole steps and half steps. Here goes C, right? You got C. Whenever, with the very next note you go to, whether it's you moving to the left or if you're moving to the right of C, I'm talking about the very next note. When I say the next note, some people automatically jump to D and say, yeah, D, that's the next note. No, it's not. The very next available note is what? C sharp, right? These are called semitones, okay? In music theory, we call them semitones. They're also known as half steps. That is a half step. Whenever you start on one note and you move to the very next note, whether you're moving to the left or if you're moving to a right, that's called a half step. It's also known as a semitone, SEMI dash tone, or I don't even know you need the dash, but anyway. So that's a half step. So keep that in mind. And then the other thing is a whole step, right? So a whole step is when you skip that next note and move to the next note. So you're skipping one note. So here we go. We're on C, right? So if you want to do a whole step, you need to skip this note. Don't even worry about that C sharp. Now, so that's a whole step. So going from C to D, that's a whole step, okay? Again, C to C sharp, half step, whole step. And let me show it to you backwards too. So if you go from C to B, that's a half step, right? But when you go from C and you skip this and you go to the B flat, that's a whole step. So whole step, half step, okay? So whether you're going forward or backwards. Okay, now that we understand the difference between whole step and half steps, let me teach you my formula for building a major scale. A major scale is built up of this formula: whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. And for short, we usually just say, I always tell my kids, my students, I just say whole, half, whole, half. Okay, write that down if you need to write that down. Whole, half, whole, half. Let me see if I can type it up on the screen real quick. Just give me a second to create it for a second. Is this way I can put it on the screen for a second? Hold on. Whole, half, whole, 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 half. Okay, let's see. We can put that on the screen. We say add banner, right? Okay, y'all see that? Of course, the thing is going to be in the way. I don't even think I can move that out the way. Let me hide the ticker for a second. Okay, well, I guess if I play it up here, okay, y'all just gonna have to deal with me playing the notes up here. But okay, so that formula right there, whole, half, whole, so half. Implementing this will get you a major scale every single time. Let's look at the key of C. So from C, you start on C, then you move a whole step. If you move a whole step, you're on what? D, right? Now you gotta move another whole step, right? E. Then you gotta move a half step, right? Whole, half. A half step from E to F is a half step because there's no black note in between E and F, right? So that is a half step. So far we got whole, half. Then you gotta move a whole step, right? Whole step, whole step, whole step, and then half step, because from B to C, that's a half step. So using that formula, you can do that with every single key. Let's go to the key of C sharp / D flat. Same thing. Whole, half, whole, half. Let's do it. First, before you do the whole, half, make sure you have your note down first, your first note. So we got the first note. Move a whole step. A whole step will be right there, right? Another whole step. Now move a half step. Remember that half step is the very next note, right? Now move a whole step, whole step, whole step, and then a half step. There go your D flat major scale. And you can do that with every key. Let's go to the key of D. Okay, if you want to be able to play a D major scale and you're not sure what the D major scale is, play that D, then move a whole step. Another whole step. Now move a half step. Whole step, whole step, whole step, and then a half step. So that means, ooh. So this is a great tool to use to learn every single major scale. Again, this is not something you're going to learn overnight, because once you figure out, okay, so I gave you the formula to figure out your scales in every key, but eventually you're not going to want to have to sit down and keep going, okay, whole, half. You want the scale to just come out naturally without you having to think about it. You know what I'm saying? So that takes time. That takes time. But at least you have a formula so that you can sit down and at least figure out what the scale is. So once you figure out the scale, it is up to you to do what you need to do to get it memorized. So, okay, we'll do every single scale since we're here. Hold on. My phone doing something silly. We're on E flat, right? So if you're on E flat, play the note first, and they'll go whole, half, whole, half, right? And then do what you got to do to memorize that. Write the notes out if you have to. I mean, whatever you got to do. Go to the key of E. It's the same thing. In the key of E, you go whole. Yeah, well, play the E, and then you go whole, half, whole. Oh, my goodness. Sorry about that. Let me do that again. There we go. All right, so you start on E. Sorry. I'm human. Sometimes I mess up. Sorry. All right. Whole, half, whole, half. So that's your E. That's your E scale. Now you come to the key of F. Do the same thing. Whole, half, whole, half. Same thing with G flat. Okay, G major, it's the same thing. So that's a great technique to learning your scales. Your major scales. Once you learn those major scales, then you need to go back to the lesson I did about 2 weeks ago on my Any Questions live stream and learn to build your chords. Build your chords from that. But what you're seeing on my screen right now, if that helps, I would suggest you write that down. Whole, half, whole, half. WWH, WWWH, whatever you need, but that will get you every single major scale. And then once you have your major scale, now you got to learn how to build your chords. Your major chord is always going to be the 1 3 5 of the major scale. So if you got your C major scale, you got C is 1, E is 3, G is 5, right? 1 2 3 4 5, right? 1 3 5, right? And then once you learn your D flat C sharp scale, 1 3 5, right? 1 2 3 4 5. So that's 1 3 5. Now you got your D flat major chord. Same thing with D. Once you learn your D major scale, 1 2 3 4 5, then you can say 1 3 5. Okay, same thing with E flat. 1 2 3 4 5. That's your E flat scale, right? So you can just keep going all the way up. Then you be back at C again. So that would definitely help you, and that helps you get yourself prepared for the number system as well. It's a good first step for those of you that are really interested in learning that number system. So so that's a trick right there. Whole, half, whole, half. What's up, Mayoli? I see Mayoli over there, acoustic guy. See what's going on, sir. Get Ridiculous or the Chordy app to get the cool software that Sir House of Jazz. Okay, nah, I ain't gonna do all that. It's
Right.
using. Be
So
quiet, dude.
Jazz,
Nobody asked you.
so in each in the chords, you said the second note is a minor.
In the number system,
Yeah, the
yeah.
number system.
Again, I'm not gonna use the word always, but
Okay.
generally,
It's
yes.
just okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have a let me see if I can find that sheet that I had up. I think I had it up for the last 2 weeks. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It's something that I typed up a long time ago. A
I don't
couple
know.
of
I
years.
always
Yeah,
thought
number
the third
system right
note
here.
was the minor. The three and the
Yeah.
six was the minors.
Hold up. All right, here we go right here. Hold on. This is just a Word document that I typed up, but let me make it larger so people can see it better. But this is typically how the number system. Again, this is not the rule. Please, again, and that's I already spent like an hour
Right.
saying that. Please don't feel like this is the end all. You have to do this number system, but basically, your 1 is major,
Mm-hmm.
right? The 2 is usually minor.
Okay.
Your 3 is also minor.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
4 is usually major. Your 5 is major. I didn't have room to type it, but a lot of times they do dominant 7 too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, your 6 is minor, and your 7
It's a
it,
diminished.
it could be diminished. Sometimes you can do different things with the 7 chords, but just to
Mm-hmm.
keep it basic, a diminished chord. So
Okay.
yeah, so that's how you do that. So of course, and when you're in the key of C and you want to do a 2 5 1,
Mm-hmm.
your 2 and C is the key of D, and I actually have the C major one typed out right there, so it's telling you what to play. Hold up, sorry. So it's telling you right there. Your 2 is going to be D minor,
D minor.
and then your 5 is G major, and then of course your 1 is C major, and of course you can play it in any inversion that you want. It doesn't have to
Right.
be in root position, you know, 2 5, something like that. So yeah. So yeah, this is the basic thing, and then these numbers down here are just some progressions that's popular. 1 4 5, which we talked
Mm-hmm.
about. 2 5 1.
Yeah.
1 2 4 5. It's just just some random stuff.
Because
That's
see
just
nowadays
that. Huh?
Nowadays, these musicians now, especially like the young ones, that's all they use is the
Oh,
number system.
yeah, they stuck on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
stuck
stuck
it.
on it. It's just like my bass player. He tells me, he said, "Okay, where you going?" I'll be like, "Oh, it's not like that. Hey, I'm going to a C. I'm going to a D. No, it's like go to a four, go to a one, go
Yeah,
to a
you got to tell
six.
them the number because a lot of times
Yeah,
they might not even know the letter name.
yeah.
I
They
guess
don't
I
know the
don't know.
notes. Yeah, you go by the number, and it was hard. I'm like, go to a six. I had to take both. I was like, wait a minute. He said six. Just put up the pinky. I said, oh, okay. Because I'm like, hey, go to a C, go to a D. That's a D
Right.
diminished or whatever. But now it's just
For
like straight number system.
right, and I'm like you. I like to just call out the letter personally.
Yeah,
I'm like that. I'm like it's like, but yeah, if depending on who you're dealing with, you gotta
right.
be able to talk music. You need to be able to talk,
Yeah,
so that everyone understands. So
yeah.
but yeah, I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. Um, yes, so sometimes it be like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. They do.
um, Let me see what the D 2, 3, 6 are generally minor, but sometimes songs have 2 and 3s are major. 6 is rarely major though. Okay, he was just letting you know basically what I
Yeah,
just told you that
yeah.
is nothing's etched in stone.
Right. I was just
Nothing's
making
etched in.
sure. I was just remembering that. I was like, okay, I remember that 2 and 3 and 6 was your minors.
Yeah, they're usually minors, and then
Yeah,
7 can be diminished, and 7s can be other things too. But just for
yeah.
the sake of keeping it simple, this is going to sound dumb, but what makes a chord a minor chord? And oh no, it's not dumb. All right,
Mm.
let's answer that. Okay. Talked about it. By the we talked about this before, so let me go back to my screen over here. Major, minor chords is the question. Is the question
I always say majors happy, minors sad.
right? When he says what's the difference, I'm
Yeah, I know.
assuming how to play them. I'm only
Yeah,
assuming. I'm
yeah.
assuming like how when you're playing major, minor. Let me take this whole half thing off because this you don't really need that and put that back on. Okay, so now so um in the key of we'll just deal with C major. Oh, I don't have to play it up there anymore because I got that thing off, so I can come back down there. Ooh, it was getting on my nerves playing up there. Okay, all right. So if you C major chord, I'm assuming everybody in here knows what a C major chord is. C, E, G. Okay, all you have to do to make a major chord a minor is to take the major third and
Mhm.
lower it a half step.
Yep.
That's it. If you look on my screen, you see all of a sudden it says C minor. If you look at the top when I'm playing E natural, major, minor. That is all you're doing to change a major chord to a minor. It's the third note. So
Mhm.
remember, a major chord is built up of the first, third, and fifth note of a major scale, right? So
Mhm.
1, 3, 5. But when you take that third and we call it play the minor third instead of the major third, which all you're doing is just going back a half step. So you can do that with every major chord. So here's D flat. A D flat major chord is D flat, F, A flat. But if you take this F and you drop it down a half step, now you have D flat minor. Major, minor. Okay? Same
Mhm.
thing with the key of D. Since we're talking to D down here, let's talk about D. Okay. D major chord. Major, take that third note and drop it down. There you go. That's a minor. So learning your major chords will help you learn your minor chords real quick because once you learn all your major chords, it only takes less than a second to just say, "Oh, just drop the third down a half step." You don't even have to think about it that long. It's like, okay, you got the E flat major chord. I mean, how long does it take for you to just say, "Oh, just drop that down"?
I
Okay,
always say
minor.
move your point finger up. When you do the chord, just move that your point finger.
Oh,
That's how I
oh, I was gonna say
operate.
I'm not even using my pointing finger, so
Yeah.
it's my middle finger is on my is usually
Oh,
on the third.
depends on what
So
you do if you use an inversion or how to.
oh yeah, well yeah, depending on what
Yeah.
exactly inversions you never know what finger you're using.
Yeah.
So and same thing with all the chords. So E major, you just take that third, the note that's the third, and drop it down. So it works every single time. So hopefully that helps you out at least with the basic major and minor. Now when you go into minor 7, minor 9 and all that, it's really not hard. It's just you just gotta just know the formula. But you know, if
Right.
you're beginning, if you don't understand major to minor, I would say work on that first. Let me see.
Hey, Jazz, is
Uh,
somebody in the back?
let me see.
Al trying to get in.
I don't see anybody backstage.
He said he's in the. He said he's in the chat. I mean, in the
Sir,
live stream.
you're not back here, sir.
We're ready.
You're not back here, sir. I'll put the link again. I don't know if you clicked the wrong link, but D made it back here, so I'm pretty sure this is the right link. But I just posted the link again. Try again. I do not see you backstage. You need to complete the process, and once you complete all the process, you had there is something that you didn't click on. You must still be on the screen where you have to type in your name or something. You have to complete your end of it. Once you complete your end, then they'll send you backstage, and then I can bring you in. But whatever it is, there's something you need to click on, whether it's a next button or something. Um, why is music incredibly complicated? I don't think music is necessarily complicated. I just think the theory behind it is complicated.
Yeah.
It's the theory that's complicated, but music in and of itself is just what you feel, what you hear, and what you like. The theory behind it, I mean, it's like think. Okay, music theory is nothing but advanced math. Every question I answered about music theory right now, you heard me talking about numbers. I mean, and math is considered complicated too. It's music theory is why is it complicated? Music theory, I would say, is because it's nothing but math. It's a lot of math. So, but music in and of itself, if you just get on your instrument and you just play what you feel, and you
Right.
don't even think about the theory behind it, it's
Right.
probably just easy. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
let me see. Do I have to relearn everything I know to learn music?
Depends on what you know. We don't know what
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm
know.
saying. I would need a. Yeah, I agree. Can you hear me?
I guess he thought he was
Um.
backstage. You
Uh.
know.
No, I don't. I definitely don't hear you, sir. You have to complete something. And he says, "I'm in the live stream. Hello." Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. So,
Right.
Angel Jones, how do how to mail payment for tutorial requests? No, I'm not giving up my address. Sorry about that. So it has to be some form of digital. If you look at the bottom of the ticker that's scrolling across the screen down there, I do PayPal. I now do Cash App. Um, if you join my Patreon, I mean that will charge your credit card too. But okay, I got somebody that just popped backstage. Someone named Joe that popped backstage. I cannot bring you on unless you um activate your microphone at least. You don't have to have your camera on, but you StreamYard will not let me. I can see. I don't know if it's the same person that was saying they're backstage, but the name says Joe, so I can't do nothing unless you at least turn on your microphone. Again, you do not have to turn your video on, but you do have to turn the microphone on, or I can't bring you on. It's not my rules; it's StreamYard rules. I'm going to fail music. Oh wow. Okay. Can you do my okay? So this person. Okay. They just playing. How? Oh, I just answered that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, I thought you had. No, I don't have a PO box. Nope, nope. I've been accepting digital payments since 2016. So yeah, I've never created a PO box or anything. So yeah, this is how I've been doing. I've been receiving payment for tutorials and chord sheets and stuff since 2016, and it's always been digital, some form of digital
Okay, that's Al
transaction.
that said he's Joe and Al.
Okay, I still can't bring him on unless she activates his microphone.
All right, see you later,
I see you.
Jardine.
Like I see you back there. But if you do not turn on the microphone, it will not. You're grayed out. Let me put it that way. You're grayed out. Too late
Jardine.
here, Jordy. I
Yes,
must,
he
I
got to
guess,
go to
go
work.
to work tomorrow. Thanks a lot for your lessons. Oh, well, I'm not a master, but you're welcome for whatever I was able to help you
Oh
with.
Lord, don't call my master. No, don't do it.
I'm Joe and Al. Okay. Hmm. I don't know about if I want to let that person on. The vegan. Any tips on increasing familiarity with the left hand?
Oh, I have
Practice.
problems doing. I don't chord with left hand either. I do a one-handed thing. I mean, I'm not good chording with my left.
Right. I'm not. There are songs that I use the left hand on, but overall, and I said this the other week. The intro to "Ribbon in the Sky." What you see, all those five notes right there, that is my left hand. But it's
Really?
very rare that I chord with my left hand. It's just like literally for "Ribbon in the Sky." Like all that, that's the left hand right there. So, but generally, I don't really chord with the left hand either. Jordy, you have a wonderful day and thank you for joining us. Um,
You have a question. He said, Ron Jenkins, how long did it take you
uh,
to
oh,
learn how to play?
I haven't gotten down there yet.
Oh,
Hold up.
okay.
Yeah, hold up. But yeah. Any tips on? Yeah, all I can say, the vegan is practice. You have to. I mean, you have to actually sit there, practice playing all of your chords with your left hand. Okay, if you know all your chords, practice playing them. Just practice. Practice playing them with your left hand. Let me see, who is this? Is this? Oh, Bev T. Wait a minute. Wow, I've never seen you before. I've been seeing you commenting for like years,
I
and I still can't see
know.
you because you're so dark back there. What's
Okay, let
up?
me turn the light on.
Yeah, turn the light on. This been years. Like this lady's been commenting for like forever. I've never
Oh,
seen her
maybe you can
before.
see me.
Okay, yeah, now we
Okay,
can see you. How you
yeah.
doing? All right. About
I
time you
just wanted to
finally
come
came on
on and
after
show that
leaving all
I'm a
those
real
comments.
person.
Yeah, she's a real person, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
Been commenting for years. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you joining in. You have some questions? If so, let me finish. I'll finish the ones in the chat, and then we can get to your questions.
I'm just here to listen
Are you
and
just here to listen?
learn.
Oh, okay. Just listen
Yes.
and keep. Is that sunglasses you got on?
No, these are actually real
Oh, okay.
glasses so I can see.
I thought you was trying to be cool. I'm like, oh yeah, she's just coming on with her sunglasses, like so I can be cool. All
No,
right.
I love glasses. I have a thing for eyeglasses, so I
Oh,
have
okay.
about a
Well,
thousand
do
pairs.
you want these things? These things will probably blind you as much prescription that's in them. Trust me.
They blinded me already.
Oh, be quiet, D. Ain't nobody ask you anything. All right, all right. Let me get some more questions.
Okay.
How long did it take for you to learn to play by you? You know, here's an interesting question. Hold up, music is very complicated, and I didn't know where to start. Okay, that was Al. Right? Yeah, we talked about that. Okay, here's this is, and I've said this before, and I don't know how many people actually believe me. I'm still somewhat new to learning to play by ear. I really am.
I can,
Um,
I can actually answer that question.
I'm new to learning how to play by ear because I've always, and I'll let Dee give her 2 cents, and I'll let Bev talk about it too if she wants to as well. But I've always was the person that said, just, well, what's the chords? Just tell me the chords, and I'll either write the chords down Or like, give me the sheet music. You give me the sheet music, man, I'm good. I come to rehearsal, I know everything I need to know. But if it was like, well, nah, just learn this song. Well, what's the chords? You got the sheet music? Nah, we all getting ready to go home and learn it now. We all learning it, so none of us know what they are yet. But but you need to. I'm gonna be like, I'm the guy that's like, I can't help. I don't know what to do. So learning how to play by ear, I've started developing that right around the time I started doing tutorials here on YouTube. It was one of the reasons why I decided to start doing tutorials once I figured out my process of learning how to play by ear. I knew all this music theory. I knew all. Oh my goodness! I've been reading music since 19. I to be honest with you, I learned some stuff in middle school, and I wasn't a musician yet. But I remember taking a music class, and I remember learning that every good boy does fine stuff, and not knowing what it meant. So, but to be honest with you, I always remembered that though. And so, but then of course, I didn't formally start taking music. I wasn't a music major until sophomore year. My high school, you could actually major in music in high school. They had a total program, music program, theory classes, voice. I had to take voice classes. I even took a drum class one time too. Never was good at it, but yeah, but I went through all of that. So I literally majored in it, and so I knew all that stuff. And for me, I use the bass lines of songs. I listened for like once. I don't even know how I figured that out. I think one time I just the song that I always tell people that really took shocked me was "Forever My Lady." I came down here. It wasn't the very first song I ever picked out by ear. It's like I would, if I think it was like the first song to me that just had some really good, nice, fat chords in it that I was able to figure out by ear, and it was just like just listening for that bass note. As soon as I found, I can hear that, I can hear what the bass note is, and then once I hear the bass note, I'm like, well, okay, well if this is an A in the bass, then I know it's either going to be A major, A minor, it might be a F major over A. I'll go through all the popular chords that usually have A in it, and before I knew it, it was just like it clicked in me. So I would have to say it took me like almost 20 years. D, did you want to jump in on that question?
Uh,
Or Bev? Or Bev?
I know, as always, like when I started out playing, my teacher, uh,
D, we barely can hear you. We was
you
able
can
to hear you
can you hear me
before.
now? How about
Um,
that?
okay,
That's
yeah, now we
good.
can hear you much better.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely, yeah.
When my teacher taught me, of course, he taught me all the chords, and then almost at the end of the lesson, he would say, "Okay, we're gonna train your ear." So he'll start singing in different keys, and I had to actually learn. He'll sing in every key, and I had to pick up on it, constantly pick up on it. We go there. He just trained my ear, train my ear, train my ear. But he always say, if you go somewhere or you listen to music, he said always, like Jazz said, always pick up on the bass line first. He said you find it on your bass line, pick up and listen to the bass, and you get it from there, and then you can find your key on everything else. So that's how I learned by playing by ear. Now you also can get a bad ear if you've been around bad singers. People don't believe that, but you really can. You can mess up your ear when you've been around bad singers for so long.
Stop talking about your choir on the internet, D. Stop talking about your choir members. She's a
But
minister of music, y'all. She up here talking about her choir.
but it's actually so right now I am actually got with my cousin, and he is retraining my ear. I'm really getting my ear retrained because you really can mess up your ear when you've been around people who can't not sing. I'm telling you the truth that you really can, honestly.
You got what I need.
Because when you're trying to go and pick up people on the piano, you be like, oh, wait a minute, oh man, oh my God, oh man, it's embarrassing. So yeah, it's I'm going through that whole training process again with my ear because I lost it.
Poor baby. Well, go somewhere and find it.
That's what I'm trying to find. That's why I got with my cousin because he's redoing my whole ear again
That's
because
good.
you can lose it.
Okay. I've never experienced that, and I mean, I'm not around necessarily the best singers in the world all the time. So thank God that didn't happen to me. Bev, did you want to jump in on this?
The only thing I probably would say about that is sometimes if you're playing around a lot of loud music, that it can kind of damage your hearing a little bit. I
Yeah, yeah.
mean,
Okay, okay. That's true.
and then maybe some of those lower decibels sometimes
That's
you
true.
may not be able to hear as well. But when it comes to playing the piano, I'm still learning. So that's why I listen to a lot of your tutorials, and I'm really just trying to expand my music vocabulary, my chord vocabulary. That's where I'm at this point,
Okay.
because I would like to be able to play better. So I don't want to say too much about playing by ear, because I mean, I can hear the notes, like you said, and usually I can probably build a chord off of the bass line, as what you had mentioned earlier. But that's why I was asking questions. Like, I may be able to play maybe some basic chords or whatever, but then I want to fatten things up with having passing chords and not just playing the same 1 4 5 or 2 5 1 or whatever. I want to
Okay.
have some other things to sweeten it up, as because I want to really just be able to play to accompany myself. So, when I'm not singing, just to have something that sounds good. It doesn't have to be very majorly complicated, but as long as it
Okay.
sounds good and it's within the progression and within the key of the song.
I know you've been joining me on a lot of my video premieres lately, and I do remember you saying something about singing. So you're a singer.
Yeah, first and
No, well, hold
foremost.
on. I'm from the movie Five Heartbeats. Why don't you sing something?
Ah, you
So
know,
I am
you a
very,
singer?
very shy. And that is the reason why I have just been watching your videos
I'm about to
from
hit you with that
afar
line.
and
I'm
commenting.
trying to be the white cop on Five Heartbeats now. Why
Mm-mm,
don't you
mm-mm. You will not
sing
be
something?
sexy chocolate and me today.
can
Give
I
it
can
up
I
for
can I go
sexy
back to what she
chocolate.
just said about the loud
Sure.
music?
Go
The
ahead.
when you got musicians that play loud, especially in the churches, it, it's the musicians are showing out
Oh, of course they are. They
because
want to be
it's
heard.
yeah they want to be
Oh,
heard.
Narcissists.
Right, because it's not when the music is being played in the church, it should be about the choir. You want to hear the voices and not the music.
It should
It's
be a
all
nice
about the
blend. It
voices.
should be
Yeah,
a
it should
nice
be a nice
blend.
blend and not
Yeah.
about the just the music. So when you got a bunch of musicians that's in there that want to play loud, they just trying to hear
it's more
themselves.
in a band.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pitiful.
Yeah.
I could say that I haven't experienced that as much in church, because I've been very fortunate in my last church that I was in, that I had some very professional musicians, and they knew how to lead as well as
Good.
play, and
Right.
accompany you and encourage, and just, they were excellent. I have to say, just excellent. But in a band, it's a little bit different.
Oh, now you
Hey,
gonna have some.
I want y'all to hear me.
Yeah, you gonna have some musicians that are very arrogant. I mean, when you get in that, when you really get in it, you gonna have some that are very arrogant. I have run into musicians who are very, very arrogant. They don't want to show you nothing. They come up with their nose all turned up, and sometimes I have to get with them real quick.
See, these are hands-on person. I'm gonna leave it at that because the group that I have on Saturdays that be on the live stream, we have our own private chat throughout the week, and she'll come in there and say, "Hey, y'all, I had to lay hands on somebody again." So she's just a hands-on person. So just don't mess
I,
with D, y'all.
I know I've watched D. I've been watching you guys for a while. Like I said, I've been
Oh yeah, I
like
know you have.
on
I've been
just
seeing your name forever.
all
Yeah.
right. I'm just sitting on the outside watching, but I know D and Brandy and all of the folks that be on here. It's like I know you guys, but I'm just, like I said, just really shy, and So I was like,
Well, we
let me go
glad you
on here
coming out of your
today. On a
shyness.
on a Wednesday, this is good. I would probably not come out on the Saturday, but this
Oh
is
no, you
good.
gotta come in on a Saturday so we can get on you. So all of us can start cracking on you. Somebody
Yeah.
somebody will call you old, and then somebody else will call you something else, and then D will start to lay hands on you. And anyway,
Oh,
but let
now,
me say,
now.
hold on, we got somebody that just joined in. We just talking around him like he don't even exist. The
Hi,
vegan. Now,
Hello.
how do you
vegan.
pronounce your name after the vegan?
I let people pronounce it however they want and see what they come up with.
Wujeta.
Works for me.
Wu- Wuheda.
Can I just
Wujeda.
call you vegan?
Vegan wuhuda.
Well,
Wuhuda.
can you at least tell us what it's supposed to be? How it's supposed to be pronounced?
Well, that'd be less fun now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, actually, okay, all right, so, all right, okay,
Alright.
so he's
Alright.
slick, okay. We got a slickster up on here, man. What's going on, man? How you be,
Okay,
man?
Jewel. You're part of us too now.
Oh, where's Jewel? Oh, what Jewel saying? Hold on, I haven't even looked over here. What Jewel running her mouth saying? What baby says these folks are crazy on? Oh yeah, yeah, she's on. Yeah, she crazy, but we love her though. She like everybody's baby sister though. So
Yeah.
what's going on, vegan? How you be, sir?
I'm doing all right.
All
Excuse me.
right.
I've been watching your streams for a little, and I've been watching a few of your streams. Watching your video for a while, mostly about mostly the Stevie Wonder song tutorials because I love that man.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
uh, I figured I'd ask, how do you deal with frustration? Because I find myself often, especially when trying to learn production, I get frustrated,
Mm.
and I don't want to deal with any of that nonsense anymore.
Ah,
Now you're
that's
saying,
the
now
yeah.
you're talking about from a production when you're making beats, music.
When I'm sitting there, just in the DAW trying to make something and just getting frustrated with
Oh,
it.
you're talking about creating, composing.
Yep, yep.
Oh, man, wow. That's a good one, man. That's a good
Well, I'm
question.
tell you what I do. I throw the computer across the room.
I told you she's a hands-on. I told y'all she's a hands-on.
Now this
Those of
computer
you that
is
ask questions in the chat, we'll come back to your questions. Just stick around. We'll come back to your questions.
this computer is a bit too heavy and a bit too expensive to be thrown across the room, so I'll pass on that.
D don't be caring. D like I'll buy another one day. Shoot. But this one right here is getting tossed out the window. Oh man. Well,
Sometimes you just have to walk away, and just be like, okay, do something else. Just walk away for a minute. And just basically
then
just
there
do
go Kim
something.
in here talking about me too, TEW. She like me too, D. But you know what? I think every composer, writer, whether you're doing music or you're writing a book or you write poetry, everyone gets blocks, man. Writer
Yeah,
block, and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes it's just if it's just not coming, it's just not coming. Sometimes you might just
yeah,
have. Now I get it. Like if you're working for some major company and they like, what are you talking about? I just gave you $1 million. You better come up with something.
yeah. You better
Then you better learn some. You better just find some chords in the number system real quick and put something together, and put some
real
two
quick,
five ones and some 7/3,
right?
7/3, 6/5, 2 5 1s together or something. But if you're just trying to be creative and it's just not coming, man. Yeah, you don't need to do what D does and throw your computer away, but just shut it down. Um, I like I said, I because of the YouTube channel, the one thing that this YouTube channel has taken away from me is me creating and composing new songs because I spend all my time learning other people's songs for the channel. So it's like and sometimes a lot of these songs I do not have um sheet music for it or whatever. So some of these songs you will be surprised how long it has taken me to sit down and learn how to play some of these songs, learn these songs. Like I just did a Anita Baker song last week. I couldn't find sheet. What's it called? Fairy Tales. I couldn't
Yeah,
find sheet music for it. I had to sit down and figure that song out, and that took very long. A very long. I'm not even gonna put out here how long I had to go away and come back
Yeah.
before
This what
before
Kim
I
said in
finally
the
learned that
chat.
song. I had to go away and come back, and I'm like, I tend to usually sit down and learn. Once I start learning the song, I just stay there and be like, okay, I'm gonna stay here. Till now, I was like, okay, I'll come back. Like, I'll come back. So I don't really have the. I haven't been afforded the time to really do that. But all I know is back in the day, man, my songs used to come real quick. But my songs was real simple. What type of music are you trying to write? Like, is it what's genre? What genre of music?
For me, my my main inspiration is jazz. So,
Okay,
uh, and my issue is again with all the trying to put something together is I have a brain that works very quickly. I have an idea and I have a very short window before I get distracted and it's gone.
okay,
So
Yeah.
okay.
so when I'm sitting here getting frustrated trying to figure out these DAWs and things aren't going right and I'm losing opportunities to get down what I've got in my head, it's very frustrating.
I feel you. So it sounds like you probably need the frustration might not be the creative process as much as it's the learning curve of using your DAW. Would you say that's what it is?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Which DAW do you use?
Right
I had
now
posted what
I'm
Kim. By the way, I had posted what she said, but it seems like this might not be what you needed. Since we just found out it's really the knowledge of your dog. But she said just walking away, come back works for her. It lets her know whether it's trash or to keep going.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I
But go
walk
ahead.
away. I don't actually throw my computer, but
Nah, D's hands on. Yes, she does.
I do now. I might get Black Thunder and I hey, look at here now.
Now we ain't gonna tell y'all who Black Thunder is because we don't want her to get arrested because she says something online. You know how people say things online, then they wind up getting arrested. So we're not gonna tell you who Black Thunder is. But I'm sorry, what DAW? I'm sorry, vegan.
So
What was your DAW?
I typically work with the free trial what is it called?
Audacity,
Ableton. There we go.
Ableton.
Oh,
Ableton,
Okay.
I've never used Ableton before.
and I also have Reaper on my computer, but that confuses me even more, so I don't even mess with that.
Man, you use the stuff that I've never used before, and I've used a lot. I've used Cakewalk, I've used Reason, I used Cubase, I've used Studio One. Um, I think those are all the ones I've used over the years, because I've never used Pro Tools. Um, so do you? All right. So you said you're using the free trials of some of these. Are there any of them that you actually have the full version of? Oh, he must have had to step away. His microphone is muted. I'll
Yeah.
wait till he comes back. Bev T, are you into production at all?
A little bit, just the things that I do on my iPad, or my son also does music production, so we'll collaborate on some things together. He's the one that knows how to operate everything,
Gotcha.
and I have to be at his discretion,
Okay.
when he wants to do things. But yeah, just a little bit. I'll probably do like the vocals and a little keyboard stuff, and then he'll do the beats and all of that.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
sorry about that. I had a phone call.
No problem.
No, what was the question you were asking me?
I was asking, do you have like a full version of any of? Because you said something about you using like the free trials. Like, have you actually
Uh,
jumped in and like decided like, okay, I'm going to spend some money on this one and dedicate
I
myself
don't
to this one?
I don't have deciding kind of money. That's
Okay.
not an option for me.
Okay. Okay.
This computer set me back for a while, so
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just over here hopping from email to email on Ableton.
I know what you mean. You just keep you keep yeah. Well, since you got all those different email addresses and you can get some free versions of different stuff, use all those emails and you can oh, hold up for a second. Somebody sent money. I always got to stop what I'm doing when somebody sends some money. Thank you very much. I never say that his name. I just call him Pookie Jenkins. That N word. Pookie Jenkins, man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, man. Definitely
Yeah, we thank
appreciate
you
that.
for that. We thank you for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we. Yeah, I love how D says we like she's going to see some of that. Yeah, yeah. We thank you, like Jackson's song, right, Kim? But anyway, I can help you out with if you decide to get yourself a, Studio One and Reason. The only thing about Cubase is that with Cubase, you have to purchase what is called a USB key to use it. Even on the trial version, like if you getting, I'm talking about the professional version. Maybe the lower grade version you don't. But even if you want to get a free trial on the actual pro version, you still have to have a key. But since you got a whole bunch of email addresses already, um, I would say, why don't you try Reason? Okay.
Yeah.
And Reason 12 just came out today. Version 12. Matter of fact, I purchased it. I haven't even installed it on my computer, but I've had Reason since version 2.5. So my upgrades are like, it was like barely $100 for me to upgrade. I was like, oh, okay, new version of Reason. Okay, well, yeah, let me keep it up. But so I could help you with production, and I can do some, maybe even on the live stream. We can even do some live streams where I do some live stuff on Reason and stuff like that. But because I can't help you with Ableton and I can't help you with Reap because I haven't used either one of them. But I can Reason. I think with Reason, the reason why I said try Reason is because it comes with a lot of instruments already. It's like VST instruments. I'm saying, and I can really like get you like up and running
Okay.
real
Put
easy.
what
So
Jewel put up there. She said she got something. Reason has something in 3 months. The other one.
isn't my thing either. She said try Reason. Oh, she said
Hmm.
Reason has 3 months for 99 cent thing going on right now. If I'm not. Oh, okay. Well, do you have 99 cent?
I hope so.
Okay, I didn't know about that, but you can have it for 3 months. But like I said, version 12, literally, I got the email. This when I woke up, I saw that email and I said, "Oh, let me go ahead." I said, "Let me just get it now," because like I said, I only had to pay like 100 and something just to upgrade because I already have the full version already, so I don't have to pay like the $400 or $500 and all that stuff that a new person would have to pay. So.
I got the demo of Reason. I need to get it. I need to get the full version.
Yeah, but if you get, and even if you decide to try out Studio One, I can help you with Studio One. But the reason why I say Reason is because you get a lot more instruments that you can do some work with. Studio One comes with instruments too, but man, they're not the greatest.
Okay.
So, um, so once you get over your learning curve, I think that will help you with your composing and everything. So if you're willing
Right.
to do that, then I'm willing to maybe do some live streams on here. And I do have a Reason video that I did about a year ago that's on my channel already that will get you started.
And
Literally, like,
Cubase. I think you got Cubase
yeah, I
too.
have one for Cubase as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have one as well. So so like if you get that free version of Reason, now unfortunately that's based off Reason 11 and Reason 12 literally just came out now. So I'm assuming if you was to get a free version, the demo version, it would be a version 12. I don't know what the differences will be, but it's probably not that much different. You know what I'm saying? So you probably could still follow the video. But if you type in Reason and then type in House of Jazz. Let me try that right now. See if that works. We'll try this together, but I think that will. Let me see.
Now, Studio One do have a thing called Studio Prime that is free. It's a demo, but it's a Studio Prime. If you go to PreSonus and do Studio One 5 Prime, that is also free as well.
Okay. So House of Jazz Reason. So I'm on YouTube. Let me see if that pops up. Yep, here you go right here. If you go to YouTube and type in House of Jazz Reason, there's how to make a beat with Reason 11. So, and it's a 32-minute video. And so so like I said, so if you get Reason, go ahead on. Oh, I have another one. Oh, I have a video on how to use Reason with Cubase too. Okay, so that's something different. That's not going to really help you if you get Reason. But if you get this one right here, how to make a beat with Reason 11, that will get you started. Let me see what I did on this video. Let me see. I haven't looked at it since I made it. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, man. House of Jazz. Is I will, yeah. Definitely check out this video, just so that you can see what I'm playing right now. All right. Yep. There you go. So, I hope that helps you out. Like I said, you don't have to pay for that one. That video's been on for about a year now. June 16th, 2020. So, and then I'll be willing to help you out with that. So,
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
all right, no problem, no problem. Let me go back up. Did I miss some questions up there?
You never did a live with me on my dog.
I made videos for you. As a matter of fact, the last doll video I made was because of you, wasn't
You
it?
sure did.
And that was
Studio
like
One.
2 or 3 weeks ago
Yes, it was.
for Studio One. Like,
yeah,
and that
but I
was
never got a
because you
personal,
asked.
like Zoom, you know.
I don't use Zoom. I use StreamYard.
Well, StreamYard. I never got a personal, like, hey, StreamYard, let's do this.
Well, I
I'm giving
wasn't
you.
going to give him a personal one, but I was going to
No,
maybe do something on a live stream. It still wouldn't have been personal
no,
if it was
I'm
on
just
the.
giving you a hard time,
I was
Joe.
going to say if it's going to be on the internet for everybody, just like yours is on the internet for everybody.
How
Was
much
it
was
not? Here it is
cabbage?
right here.
How much
This was
was
2 weeks
cabbage
ago.
in
I did this
1922?
video right here, y'all. I did this for D. So I just want y'all to know.
And
This
like,
was
even
for
with
D.
those drums, what I would do
All
is
right. So don't let her
my
try
name's
to
Will from
don't try to let her think
But
I don't be
Kim asked how
mouthful.
much was cabbage in 1932.
Is that what? Oh, hold up. I didn't even see. Let me see what Kim running her mouth about. Let me see. How much? Oh, I don't know. Kim, can you tell me what how much it cost in 1923? Um,
It's
sorry.
in
Okay.
1932. 1932.
No, I asked her 1923. I
Uh,
inverted the numbers on purpose.
okay. Rocky said, what did Rocky said?
Yeah. Let me
Appleton would increase your production.
Oh, I wouldn't know. So Rocky can help you with
Appleton,
Ableton, then I guess. You said
Yeah,
Appleton?
Appleton,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it is.
D got you on Appleton, man. Let me see if I missed any questions. Let me see. Has a church? Yeah, someone, Lawrence said, has a church ever asked you to play? Oh, I have a key to a church right now. I just haven't played there consistently since the pandemic hit, but I'm a key holding member to a church that I minister of music. So yeah, I've played in several churches. Um,
Oh,
and
wow.
how is it experience playing on the spot? I hate it. And that's the truth. I hate it. I'm the type of
Yeah.
person that love to be prepared. I hate it. And I'm this is my thing when someone starts singing and okay, if it's a song that I know, okay, maybe I might not be used to playing it in a certain key, but I at least know the song. I've played it before, then okay, I can kind of figure out. It's not going to be hard for me to figure out what key you're in, and then from there, okay, I'll follow you the best I can. But if you stand up at church and you don't, and you're singing a song and I never heard of it before, 9 times out of 10, this is how I look at the piano. 9 times out of 10, that's exact. I'm sitting just like this, cause it's like you're not gonna embarrass me. Yeah, because it's like because people they're gonna look at me and be like, oh, this guy don't know what he's doing, and I'm like, do you understand that I've never heard this song a day in my life? The person singing the song is probably singing it wrong too. You know what I'm saying? So
But you know what, Jazz? That's very much appreciated because if you don't know it, it's not going to be any compliment to the vocalist. It's just
exactly.
best to let them do it a cappella.
Kim
I
said
had.
you have to find the key at least.
Mhm.
if it's such a key. I had one
Right.
that went from one key, and before when I found them, they done jumped to another key, and I went to that key, and then they done moved to another key, and I was like, whoa, you
You know
know
what's
what?
funny? You know what's funny? Let me see if I can find what Ron posted. I had posted earlier on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, it's at House of Jazz. Just spell it like this, House of Jazz, just like that. But I had made a post about this live stream that I was going to do this live stream tonight. And Ron actually left a comment under it. And it's funny because it kind of works with this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold up. Let me see. Ron said, "How many flats are in K flat?" Can y'all see that right here? This is today. This is only like a couple hours ago. Is it 4 hours ago? He was like, "How many flats are in K flat?" See, some people sing in K flat. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I never learned K flat. I don't know. I don't know H sharp, K flat, or Q double sharp. I don't know it. I'm sorry. So I just sit there and like Bev T said, most of the time, especially if you can't figure out, if you do attempt to try to play for someone and you can't figure it out, a lot of times they'll just go like that. Why? While they're singing anyway, they'll just be like, just
Yeah.
never mind. Go use the bathroom or something. This is a good time to go take a restroom break. You know what I'm saying? Go smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke, y'all. I don't smoke. But I'm just saying, go smoke a cigarette or something. But no, no, don't do that. Don't.
Kim said, "Oh, Z sharp."
Oh, hold on. Is that? Yeah, that's right. Or Z sharp. But yeah, that was just today. That's why it's just funny that you was talking about that. I'm like, Ron just made a comment about K flat today. So yeah. How do I like it? I hate being put on the spot. I like to be prepared. That's just me. I think that's just professional. I think that's the way it should be. I it's like that's just me. That's just how
You
I
know
am.
what my pet peeve is with musicians, and it happened to me yesterday at a funeral. Was uh, this one musician played before I did, and when I got up there to play, uh, the musician before me put it on transpose.
Oh, oh, I
And
hate that.
I
That's
got up
happened to
there
me
and I was
once.
like,
That's
wait a
happened to me
minute, wait a
once.
minute, what in the world? I said, oh my God. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, how you get this thing off transpose? Because, I didn't, sit down and learn the keyboard. So I'm like, how you turn the transpose off? I said, I cannot believe that, this man is a good musician and he done put this thing on transpose.
You'll be
I'm like,
surprised
really?
why some of these people are good musicians. You'll be surprised why some of them are
Right.
good musicians.
Man.
That's happened to me one time, once, and it was back when I was playing. I was with a gospel group. What's it called X Generation and Prodigal Son, local group here, put together by Daryl Pearson, who came out of the music industry and was trying to do some local stuff here. And and we went to some church, and I sat behind the keyboard and started playing. It was like, this is a long time. This is like early 2000s when that happened. But it's like, dude, if you going to use the transpose button, okay, at least turn it off.
Off. Right.
Please turn it off
Right.
So
before the next musician
Right.
come on. What is
Exactly.
wrong with you, man? What makes you think? And like whatever number you have it set on, how do you know if the next musician,
Right. Right.
would, even if they use transpose, how you know that's the number they're going to use? At least if you put it back in neutral,
Right.
they can
Right.
set it to whatever number they want to set it to.
Right.
and
Right.
see,
Oh.
now this is one thing because as a singer, one thing that I have to remember is before, if I have to sing at a funeral, a lot of times when you get there, you don't know if it's gonna be a musician there. So I always try to make sure I have a track or something with me just in case. But if I do know my key, and I tell you the key and the keyboard has been transposed.
bump, bump,
Right.
That's not
Right.
gonna work.
Right.
it's
And
over.
see, the thing was, I had a track. We was doing a song, and I took the vocals out, and I took some out, and I was just gonna add the guitar on it, just play the guitar part, and I had the keyboard and everything else in it, and he had it on transpose, and I had it on the guitar,
And
and then I
everybody looked
started
at you like
playing
that
it,
girl
and was
don't know what she
like,
doing.
and I'm like, this ain't it, this ain't it. I was so dang get mad, boy. I could have spit nails. I could have spit
D was
nails.
like,
Yeah.
what up? What the world is going on? I'm trying to find. I'm hitting my transpose button by the way. So that
So
was just
and so I'm sitting up there just faking it through, like rougher, scuffish. I
got
was
me
so
up here
mad.
looking all stupid.
Yeah, got me looking just straight stupid. I said, man,
Mm. What
So yeah,
musicians go through. I mean, I want to be a piano
right.
player, but that sure would. Ooh, Lord
And
have
then I
mercy.
hate
How do
it when
you
a
do that?
singer, said they think they know their key, and they
yeah.
started
Put
off,
me in B flat, and then
and
then they
yeah,
start
and
singing
I'm
in E
like,
flat.
yeah, and I'm like, you in E flat? No, put me in B flat, honey. In B flat. Like you right here, sweetheart. I know my key. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's crazy.
I'm trying
It's
to find you,
crazy.
sweetheart.
Well, that's
It's
Still trying to find you. uh,
I'm up here. I'm up
oh no, you're
here.
not there. Okay, let me. Okay, hold up.
Here I am.
Okay, hold up. No, you're not there. Oh, you went back down here now. Okay. Oh, okay. It turns into a mess, man. It turns
It
into a
can
mess.
be. It
yeah.
can be.
I,
And that's why I usually look just like this. I usually look just like that. I've done it. The last funeral I played, it was a memorial service about a month or so ago, and the lady actually, I wouldn't say, I don't think she jumped keys too many times, but she was singing, I will lift up mine eyes, see the hills from which cometh my help cometh from the Lord. Something like that. Lord, which made heaven. You know that song? I think it's called Psalms 121. And I know the song, but she just started singing it. Like, it wasn't like she told me what she was going to sing or whatever. And so she just got up there and she started singing it. And I'm like, I usually play it in F. And I'm at a grand piano anyway, so I don't even have the option of hitting the transpose at my church. It's a grand piano, so I don't even have the option. So then I think I kind of figured out where she was. And then all of a sudden she just jumped, and I'm like, that song is too difficult for
She
you to
went
keep
to
jumping
another
keys.
key.
It's like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of chords in Psalms 121.
Yeah,
Took
it
me a
is.
minute to get, I'm like, and I did just like that.
I
And I
just
was like,
found you.
praise the
Now,
Lord.
now where you
Yeah,
going?
yeah,
the
exactly,
Lord.
exactly. That's how it is.
Praise the
I'm
Lord.
like,
Praise the
I mean,
Lord.
I'm
it's a whole,
like,
it is a whole skill as a vocalist to even like maintain a key, right?
Yes.
Be-
Absolutely.
I mean, as someone who's both a vocalist and an instrumentalist, I can kind of bridge that gap because can put my hands on an instrument like, okay, this is the key we're in. But I definitely understand that you're probably better off if you don't know the key rather than throwing one out, just trying to match the key of the instruments, because that's, especially if you've been singing for a long time, and you get some intuitive sense of what notes you should be using once you start hearing the notes being played. You're better off doing that than being like, "Puh, I'm in B flat, let's do it." No, you're probably gonna fail.
You're in K flat, like Ron was talking about on my
Exactly.
Instagram
right,
You-
post.
You're
right,
you're o- you're over here in
right.
Z Lydian, looking like
I
a
like that
fool.
Z-Linean chart.
Right. It just it's crazy.
Absolutely.
It's just
Yes, it
really
is.
crazy. The things the musicians just go through. It's
We
crazy.
all have some stories, I'm sure.
Oh yes, we
Most of us
do.
probably definitely have some stories.
I mean,
Especially the have you ever done the made up songs?
Oh,
oh
of
my
course. Yeah, they just stand
God.
up and just.
Do 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 do. This one lady
Yes.
at church was like, I don't know the words to this song, so I'm just gonna say do 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 do. I was like, what?
Well, praise the Lord and hallelujah.
And
Do do do
church.
do.
All right. So I'm just gonna say this as a vocalist. That's my main instrument is this thingy. If you
Well,
don't
in the
know
words of the cop from the Five Heartbeats, why don't you sing something?
if you don't know the lyrics, just don't do it.
Please
Yeah,
don't.
for
Please
real.
don't.
That's
Just don't
true.
do it.
That's true.
Just
I
either
agree.
learn the lyrics or don't do it. That's it.
I agree.
This one guy in our group, when he forget, when he forgets the lyrics, he'll just go, "Whoa!" or "Yeah." Yeah, you don't forget. That's all that is.
Well, you know what Ella Fitzgerald did when she couldn't remember the lyrics? She just
She
started.
just scat.
She
Scatting.
created something called scatting.
Yeah.
She created a whole
Da-da-da-da.
fucking genre.
Yeah.
Beep. Let me see some of these questions. If you learn how to play a piano, can you play nearly any instrument? For me, I'm gonna say no because piano is like my only instrument. I do mess around with the bass guitar a little bit, but I don't think just because you know how to play the piano, you can play any instrument.
No.
It's a great I think it's a great instrument personally. It's a fantastic instrument.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love bass, man. I just need to learn how to play it though. I have
See,
one back here, but
I
I
I
only play one song on it,
yeah.
and I barely
See,
can play that one right.
I've learned I've learned that the trick about music is no matter what, if you know one instrument, like this was the instrument, this was the first actual hands-on instrument I started learning, guitar.
Okay.
It helps a little bit to have, because you'll have some familiarity once you move to something else, like guitar, or you go from guitar to piano, piano to bass, whatever. But at the same time,
Hmm.
there's always different mechanics. Like this whole situation where you have this very intuitive layout on the piano, where you're like, okay, lower notes here, higher notes here. There's really nothing else. So you pick up a bass or a guitar or any string instrument, and now you have to learn where the same note is
Right.
several times
Mm-hmm.
on the neck.
Right.
So it's that's a whole different skill. Plus, whereas with piano, the
Yeah.
left hand, for example, in most cases, like left hand, you pick two maybe three notes that you're working with, and
Right.
you switch over for the bass. On the guitar or the bass, your hand is up and down the neck all
Right.
You always
day,
got to use two hands.
and you have
Yeah.
to be
Just to play
very
one note,
aware.
you got to have one. Well, unless it's an open string, but
Right. Right.
most of the time you always got to. It's different. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So I would say it helps, but don't expect to just pick up another instrument and be good at it unless it's something
Right.
similar. Like a bassist and a guitarist are going to have enough overlap where
Mm-hmm.
they can learn the techniques that are different and pretty quickly move. But
Yeah,
you're
because
not
you
gonna,
have you're playing on a neck, a fret.
yeah.
And
And this,
like with piano, organ, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's like you
yeah,
you got a key bed. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You're
and you
playing
just
on a
learn the
key bed,
nuances.
so it'll so I guess in some cases it could work, just like you
Like,
said. Probably any string instruments, I guess.
Yeah.
But I know different instruments are tuned to different notes. So I
yep,
mean, you do that. So I know that there's learning curves. Like if you go from like a violin to a bass guitar to, something.
yeah,
I know that those things are tuned differently. I don't
yeah.
remember all. I learned it in college, but I forgot all that
The
stuff.
different tunings are confusing, but you can bridge that gap. But like at the same time, like for me, the first wind instrument ever picked up, and I'm not good at it, is the harmonica. It's around here somewhere. I don't know.
You really into Stevie Wonder? Then you weren't lying when you said
So
you'd be looking at my Stevie Wonder to the
I'm
harmonica. Okay.
I'm not good at it, but the thing is, because I play other instruments, it didn't help me figure out the techniques of harmonica. But musically speaking, I was able to pick it up and be like, okay, I I at least know how to position myself to start making something that sounds musical, even though the technique is awful and it's probably fun for nobody.
Yeah,
So
it's important to know your music theory. Yeah, knowing music theory will help you learn any instrument quicker because you understand. Oh, okay, you know scale. You know what notes go where. So I wouldn't say learning how to play the piano makes it easier, but if you know general music theory things, then yes. When I the first time I ever played the bass, when someone literally, the only lesson I ever received on the bass was when they told me, they said, well, your top string is an E string, and if they say, and every time you move a fret, every time you press a fret, that note goes up a half step, right? So I'm like, so if I play it open, it's E. Oh well, it doesn't, y'all don't have to hear it. But anyway, but when I learned, once I learned that this was E, and I'm like, oh, okay, so every time I move a fret, it takes the note up a half step. And they're like, oh yeah. So because I understand music theory, I know what half steps and whole steps are. I
Hmm.
was able to sit down and say, well, and that means this is a F. Oh, so this is F sharp. Oh, this is G. Oh, okay. So this is, so music theory helped me be able to figure out my notes quicker, but it didn't teach me how to play the actual instrument. But at least I was able to, because someone said, well, every time you move a fret, the note increases by a half step. That made it easier for me to understand. But yeah, but just because you play the piano, nah. We had a question from Peter. Do you play with your key weight settings on normal, or does it depend on what song or sounds you're using or going for? Um, I guess you're talking about velocity settings, possibly. Peter, if you're still here, I know you asked this question a while ago, so but I know that there's, with keyboards, you can make the sensitivity of the velocity. I know you can change that type of stuff. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Me personally, I don't mess with my velocity settings. I have weighted keys in front of me. I love weighted keys. That's my preference, and I just keep it set where the person who engineered the keyboard felt it should be set. I don't go around fooling with it. I just leave it set personally. Um, I would become a pro musician by becoming an alien. Okay, this that dude. I'm so okay. Anyway, okay. um, ACEG acronym in music stands for Aliens Conquer Earth's Ground, right? Well, I always use all cars eat gas or all cows eat grass personally. That's the spaces on the bass clef for those of you who are wondering what the heck we're talking about. When you're learning how to read the bass clef, which is this thing right here, you see where my mouse is circling? There's a bass clef. The space is ACEG, and this person said that they like to use aliens conquer Earth's ground. Okay, if that works for you, I've never used that before, but okay. But that's what he's referring to, I'm assuming. Since that, but no, I use all cars eat gas or all cows eat grass. Personally, I can play music on the piano while fighting ninjas. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow, we got some interesting comments tonight. Okay.
Fighting ninjas.
Yeah, we got some interesting comments tonight.
Okay, sir.
Oh, and then Jewel was talking about Kim here. These folks are crazy on Saturday. Yeah, Kim is crazy.
I was
agree.
wondering where you were. So you were you were far up, and I was like, where are these comments coming from?
Yeah, we started talking, and so I kept the comments, so that I can make sure I get the questions, so I couldn't see the stuff you were typing. Try learning a commission song or a Fred. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, those are definitely some I have the hardest song I ever learned on my entire channel is a commission song. Definitely. Try Reason. Oh wait a minute, I didn't know he did another super chat. Thank you, Pookie Jenkins. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't. Oh man, you sent that like 10 minutes ago. I didn't even notice it. Thank you. The transpose key is cheating. It messes with my brain because I know my fingering is in a different key. I like the key of H. It's my favorite. Do you know that there actually is a such? I think eight. I think that's what they call it. In some countries, the key of B is known as H. Is in someone. I think it was Ron that told me that. It's really the key of B in some countries. I don't know why they call it H, but the key of B is also known as H for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if you meant that to be a joke, but in some places in the world they actually use that. So
Apparently, it's
Rocky said he went from trumpet to piano as a kid. A huge transition. Okay.
apparently it's a
What
German thing.
Say that again.
I just looked it up. Apparently, it's a German thing.
Okay, it's a German thing. Yeah, that's what I said. I tell you, it really is H, but I think it's supposed to be B. I'm not sure.
Yeah, B. I think I closed the tab, but I think it said that B flat is referred to as B, and then what we call B would be H,
H.
which
Right.
which is confusing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm glad we just say B flat and B. Well, sometimes we call B C flat, depending on, like, if you're in the key of well, I mean, we actually have a C flat key in theory, but nobody usually calls it C flat. We just call it B major. But B major is, I mean, C flat is a technical key. It's in America, and like that is a key, but we just tend to say B major. But yeah. Ron Music for Life, he was the man on the organ, and the style of playing changed how organs are played today. Okay, let me see. I agree, blah, 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 blah. So, any more questions? Did I miss any more questions before we keep going? I guess we're good. Elo, what's going on, man? We haven't seen you in a minute, sir. Hopefully you're still here. I wasn't ignoring you, sir. I just wasn't keeping up with the chat. Okay. B flat is B in German. Okay, oh, he already answered that. Okay, cool. All right, we caught up. We can get back to our discussion now. So back to Bev T. You say you're a singer, right? Why don't you
That's what I
sign
say, but
something?
that don't mean it's
Why you're a singer? Well, why don't you sign something? Are you sitting in front of?
no.
Are either you
I'm
or
definitely not gonna play nothing.
I was getting ready to say, why don't you play like Mary
I
Had a
am.
Little Lamb?
I
Hey,
can play
vegan, you in front
Mary
of your
Have a
keyboard?
Little Lamb, but I am in
I
front of my
am.
keyboard.
It is
All
right
right.
here.
This is my little keyboard room.
Okay, well, Bev, you can't. You gotta let's hear
I
something, but
gotta
you gotta give us.
practice.
Okay, now there's a joke to this. For the Saturday crew, we
No.
need like 8 bars. Come on now. All right, vegan, you gonna play something for us so we can hear your skills, man?
I'm not a good enough
Oh,
keyboard
everybody
player.
wants to be all scared. Don't be
I'm
scared.
scared. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta
If you
practice.
now,
I'm
Bev, like I
I
said,
have
I've
to
seen your name
practice.
100 times on different comments and even on live stream. You do not need to be scared of us. You know us by now. This might be your first time talking to us, but come on
It
now, you
is.
got
So
this.
then maybe the next time I come on, I'll have something prepared because I want to at least give it my best shot.
I mean,
Oh.
it could be Murray Had a Little Lamb. I don't care.
You are funny. I wanted to be something that one of your tutorials that I've learned. So
Okay.
I need to just have time to be able to practice because I work all day. That's the
Okay.
hardest part, you know.
I can understand that. I know
Yeah,
you have to
working.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, then a lot of times, that's the thing with the commitment. You really do have to practice. So I've been getting a little bit more practice in lately because I'm working from home, but
Okay.
it's still work. Some days I was in here working on the computer and I'm like, oh, the piano is right there. Like, I had to come out of
Yeah. Oh
here.
man, my boss is on me for being late with this project. But hold up, this
Yeah.
chord sounds really
Oh,
good.
no. So I
Nice.
had to come out of here because it was too much of a temptation.
If you want, I can give a couple bars of a song I've been working on for months, but it's not
Nah,
right
I'd rather you not. I'm just playing. Nah, go ahead. Nah, I'm just playing.
now.
Yay.
Before I do anything, I just want to just play a key real quick, just to make sure it's not too loud or too low.
Okay, no problem.
How does that sound?
Play it again.
You heard anything?
I can hear it. You just play it, and I'll let you like start playing your song. I'll let you know if we can.
Turn my
It's
gain up
kind
a
of
little
faint.
bit.
It's kind of faint.
All right.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well,
Okay, now is that an original song?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
you got
I
some
wa-
lyrics for it?
I warped things a little bit, not exactly how I have it. Can't have people stealing my ideas, you know.
No, come
But
on, nah. Hold up, play it again. What was that? Play it again. I forgot, so I can steal
It's
it.
so
Play it again.
silly.
yeah, it's something I started working on while I was in the haze of the honeymoon phase. If I
A
remember,
flat. Okay, what's your next chord? Let me stop calling
if I
out your
remember,
chords.
if I
I
remember,
figured that one out. I'm not. I promise you, man. I'm not gonna steal this song, man.
it's the song's kind of been growing with me. Actually, I've been working on it for a year now. That I think about it.
I like how you went to that G flat.
It's
I like when you go to that G flat. That was a nice like. And now eventually you went to this chord. I'm not sure when you went there, but then you went to like something like yeah. That was nice.
that
I like nice progression. I like that.
I'm using a different key in the bass in the song
Okay.
because the in my right hand I'm using, but in the left hand I'm simply using and so there are two different keys, so there's always going to be dissonance as I ascend, but in the right hand, and in the right hand the chords I'm using on their own are very dissonant, but it's kind of it's cleaned up almost by the bass, and
Okay.
it's
You know what? The one thing, and I think you were the one that was asking the question in the chat earlier. Were you the one that asking about the number system?
no, I was
Oh, it was
asking about
somebody else. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm glad that you're not being stuck on the number system, thinking, oh, okay, well, and you're just creating what you're feeling. I was gonna say, I
the
thought that was you that was saying something about. I know someone
uh,
earlier in the live stream was like trying to make it like it, like it has to be in the numbers, and I'm like, no, it don't have to.
so
You know,
the
you
thing
can
with
come out of it.
my musical journey as it is, I've I've spent a lot of time putting my hands on the instruments before I actually started learning theory beyond basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So my brain is more acclimated to what I want to hear more, and then if I want to tell somebody what I'm playing, then I'll translate it into musical terms. But for the most part, I just feel out chords, and then I'll just kind of use it. Now these days, I'll use the knowledge I've learned to make sense out of it. And sometimes, if I can't put my imagination down, like I can't figure out what kind of intervals I'll have. I'll try to start thinking about it more to figure it out. But for the like this here, I started working on before I could even like I when I started working on this, I couldn't tell the difference between the different inversions. I didn't. I was like I didn't know any. I was struggling with modes. I didn't know a lot of stuff, and now I know a little bit more.
Okay.
This was it started very basic with me just sitting here just feeling out chords over time. And if I remember correctly, it was something like it was
Ooh, it sounds nice, man.
More phone calls. Huh? It's been so long, but it's a lot of it's a lot of me improvising over these chords, and then just working my way through. And I I recorded it, but there's one way that I was at work and bored, and there was a piano, so I sat there and I just sat there for like 7 minutes
Hold up,
improvising,
you have a
and
job where there's a piano there? Lucky you.
yeah, it's, it's at schools, so
Oh, okay.
uh, he just had a piano lying around. I'm sitting there going at it, and I did that thing where I'm just in the zone, and now I'm over here trying to reconstruct what I did.
Right, trying to yeah, you
Luckily, I
created
caught.
it when you were at work, but now you're home trying to put it
Luckily, at
together.
least that time I caught it on camera.
Oh, okay.
I at least
Well,
have
that's
something to
good.
work. But it's a struggle because I sat there and did something far beyond my own knowledge.
Hey, it happens like that, man. A lot of times, like I said, when I wrote songs back in the day, I didn't know nothing about the number system. I never even heard of the number system, but I think there's some really nice songs. So yeah, I was playing beyond my knowledge too. So I get it. I 100%, 100% get it. But yeah, that was a nice little tune right there. I definitely appreciate it. You got one of your Stevie songs? You said you've been learning a lot of Stevie songs from my channel. You got
I
any of them
do
that
have videos. I'm kind of stupid, and
you know you're
I'll
not
watch
stupid.
and I'll watch the video, and then I'll watch the video and be like, okay, now I've watched to get an idea of the chords we're going through. They will set over there, and there we go. The
Oh no,
only
that's me. No, that's me when I'm learning, when I'm trying to learn how to play a song for a tutorial, man. And then I'm sitting here, I'm listening to it. You know, I usually use Cubase or something to bring the MP3 in so that it can loop a certain section, so I can just keep hearing it or whatever. I do the same thing. My mind be wandering, and before I know it, I'm like looking at my phone, like, oh wow, look at IG. And before you know it, I'm not paying attention either. Ladies and gentlemen, feel free if you have any questions. We'll be here just a little bit. What time is it? 8:29. It says, "Oh wow, we've been on for 2 hours already. Wow!"
yeah,
But if you have any questions that I can help you with, or any of us on here can help you with, feel free to ask it over in the chat, or you're welcome to join us on this panel if you want to ask your questions on here. The link is in the chat room. I have a link in the chat. Matter of fact, I just posted just now. Okay, you're back. I'm assuming you had a phone call again.
yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So, Kim, D, are y'all there, or are y'all doing other things right now? Oh, Bev T is back. I can talk to Bev. What's up, Bev? Since
I got
everybody else is
kicked
taking a
out.
hiatus, I can talk to you now. What's up?
I got kicked out.
I didn't do it. Hey, I didn't do it.
No, it wasn't you. I know it wasn't you. It's
Be like, I've been waiting for 10 years for. No, I'm just playing. And I wouldn't kick you out
right.
now. It's like, nah. So how long have you been playing piano? I'm curious.
Me?
No, the boogeyman behind
So probably since I would say a long time. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, I went to school for music for a minute, but I
Oh, wait a
didn't
minute.
finish.
Okay.
I didn't finish in music though. I was supposed to be a music therapist, but I ended up
Oh,
going around the way and I became a social worker. So
okay.
that's what my professional job is, social work. But
Okay.
I kind of wish I would have stayed in the music, really.
Can
But
you explain to me music therapy? My daughter was talking about music therapy. What really is it?
I've seen
sure,
it in action once. Go ahead, Bev.
yeah, music is pretty much like any kind of therapy. It's used to rehabilitate. So it could be, for instance, if someone had a stroke, You could use music to rehabilitate the person with walking or talking by using, maybe they could play the guitar, or you playing music and they're using their arms to use maracas to the music, or it could be learning a
Oh.
song so that you can learn how to speak and form your words and your letters. So it could be used so broadly. I know when I was in school for music, you had to take percussion class. So that's why I kind of chuckled a little bit, Jazz, when you said that you weren't any good at percussions,
Oh, I'm
because
not.
I really
That's
wasn't.
Kim. No,
But
Kim can play drums, but I can't.
yeah, I didn't have, I mean, I'm good with rhythm, but not to the point of ever being a percussionist, that's for sure. But you had to take, percussion class, you had to take piano class. You had to take, I was a voice major, but guitar class, because you would use those different instruments when you're working with folks who may have a developmental disability. It may be working with learning, helping them to learn how to talk, putting
Gotcha.
words together, or it could be for range of motion. So when you're moving your arms, the music is helping you. It's a form of therapy. Um,
Okay.
to
That's
walk
amazing.
with dancing, it could be for the physical therapy part of it, but it's the music that you're using for that function.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was really I really wish I would have finished in that, but I had to go around the way and then get a degree in social work. So I am still able to use my music, but just not in that way. So I started as a child when I had, piano teachers, and like you
Okay.
said, using, got to have your right finger and blah,
Put
blah,
your
blah, blah,
thumb on
blah.
C,
Yeah,
index on D.
all of
Hey,
that.
I did it for
Yeah.
13 years. To elementary and middle school kids, I did it for 13 years.
And my
Trust me.
hat is off to
I
you,
know it.
because one thing that people confuse with teaching, you can be a vocalist and you can be a piano player, but that does not make you a teacher. There are certain
Hmm.
characteristics that make you a teacher, because folks are like, you could teach me. I'm like, no, I cannot,
Right.
because
I
I
get
am
it.
not a teacher. I
Yeah.
don't have the patience for that. I can tell you a few things, but I'm not gonna be a committed teacher, because it takes a certain personality to be able to teach. And so I really think that, Jazz, you are an excellent teacher. You have the
Mhm.
patience and all of that for teaching folks, because it definitely has, you have to have those traits to be able to, help other people to learn.
Right.
And
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I don't
I'm
have
I'm
that
I'm
path.
still
That
trying
wasn't
to
my
accept
path.
that. I'm
I
still
could
trying
do the
to accept
music
that.
therapy
Thank you.
because it would be more interactive. You're doing things and it's not really teaching. It's
Right.
more almost, it's a
You're putting
more
it in
fun
action.
loving
Yeah,
thing.
you're
I'm not
putting it
telling
in
you, you got
action.
to have an A, you got to hit the B and all that. That's not how you would do with music therapy. It's more you're playing songs, you're singing the songs. It's not that I've got to tell you, well, you need to sing this A and make sure you sing all these notes in this series. So,
Right.
Hmm.
yeah.
I
I
feel you.
and I still was taking lessons in my adult age, but work always, interfere, because you got to work. And so with you, I still feel like I'm learning. So I've been
Okay.
taking lessons all my life, almost, I would
Okay.
say.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
lifelong learner of wanting to learn how to play the piano and accompany myself. Because when I go to a funeral, and what you indeed were talking about earlier,
hmm
and the person don't know your song very well, and you're looking at this keyboard, and you're like,
right.
why can't I just play this for myself?
I know, right? You know what?
But I
I I
can't.
I I was very fortunate. I next to never have to go out. Like if I go out and I have to sing somewhere, almost I would say 99.9% of the time I'm playing for myself.
And
But
that's
I
got to be
literally was
beautiful.
hired. But just a few months ago, um, I don't know. It was this year. It was this year. Um, I had a friend of mine that didn't, who's a singer. She's just a singer, and she just don't want to do funerals or anything because of the COVID stuff and everything. So she referred me. They call her husband. I'm friends with both of them. Her husband been doing my taxes for over 10 years, as a matter of fact. So he hits me up and be like, "Yeah, is someone like?" No, I think Anita called me and was like, "Yeah, a friend of mine want me to sing, and I ain't going out here in no COVID. I just ain't do it. So I referred you So, long story short, this is like probably the first time in forever someone played for me. But thank God, the guy was really good because I was trying to get his information so that I could at least call him and talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Before I showed up there, and I even told the person who arranged and paid me to do the funeral. I said, "Well, can you at least?" I said, "Well, when you talk to the musician, tell them here's my key." You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it easy
Yeah.
on him, but he still never
Yes.
got that information. But thank God. Thank God. Like before I sang each song, like I literally was like, okay, Jesus, center of my joy, E flat. And thank goodness, oh my goodness, he actually was good. He followed me just fine. And then I did my tribute, Andre Crouch. I was like B flat. So,
Good. Good.
but I tend to always want to just play for myself, unless I know the musician. Now, if I know the
Okay.
musician, that's okay. Yeah, that's cool. But I didn't know this guy from Adam and Eve. But I was like, I started. The first song I had to do was "Jesus, You're the Center of My Joy,"
Mm-hmm.
and I told him before I walked up there, I said E flat, center of my joy, E flat. And then he started playing it, and I just started singing it, and he was following me. I was like, "Thank God, thank God."
I know that's the
That's
best
woo. That was
feeling.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel you with wanting to be able to play for yourself. That's the beauty of just being able to play for yourself. It's like, look, man, just get off there. I'll play for myself.
Right,
Be
right,
like, man, I
right.
want to do another five heartbeats thing. Remember when the man bumped the when Robert Townsend bumped the dude off the piano? Man, you messing up my song. Bam.
But can I ask Kim, Kim, did I answer your question regarding the music therapy?
You did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. So was it the percussion that made you not finish the music portion of it, or was it other things
No,
too?
I wish I could say that. It
Oh,
was
okay.
personal
Personal.
things.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah. Because I live
Enough
in
said. Enough
Michigan.
said.
Yeah, I live in Michigan. So I live in a little
Oh. Oh, you breaking up.
place
I don't
called
know.
20 minutes from Detroit. I'm by the Metro Airport. So
You said
can
where?
you hear me at
You
all?
you
Okay,
broke up.
we can hear you
I live in
now.
Inkster.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I live in Inkster and I'm like 20 minutes from Detroit. So I live near Metropolitan Airport.
Got you.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I've
I
I
been
was
just
through
been in
going,
there.
Detroit not too long ago.
Yeah, I was there like about
A
3
month
weeks
ago.
ago.
what
Yeah.
was going on?
My friend lives there. She was getting married.
Oh, okay,
So,
nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so that's where I live at. And I was going to school in Kalamazoo, and for some reason I missed home. I guess I just don't get it. But
Wow.
I shouldn't have never missed home.
When
So,
I think of home, I think
I
of a
want to be
place.
there every weekend with my doggone stereo system in the back of the car every weekend. So, yeah.
I've been seeing this thing Donda on the internet. What the heck is that about? What is Donda?
That's Kanye West's new album.
Oh,
Kanye.
okay. I have no thoughts on it because I didn't even know what it was until just now. So I have no thoughts. Do y'all have any thoughts on it?
I haven't heard it.
Okay. I didn't even I know I've been seeing this word, Donda, Donda. I'm like, what the heck? I
That's
didn't even
Yeah,
know it was Kanye
yeah.
West. I
that's
He
just
named it after his mother.
yeah, it's his
Oh, okay.
mom.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
I also have no opinions because I have not heard the album either. So,
Oh, okay. Cool.
but
No diss. I honestly, I've just seen it like a day or like on Instagram. I'll see stuff that say Donda, but I don't. I just keep going like I don't know what they're talking
Elo
about.
asked you a question.
So how do you change the key to a song? Hold up. How do you change the key to a song to a key of your that you're comfortable singing? I'm sure that's what you're trying to say. I mean, you have I guess it's up to the if you're playing for yourself. You know what? I'm now. This is. I am not an advocate for using the transpose button, but I will say this. This is one of the few times that I will use a transpose button. Now I'm not talking about outperforming, but if there's a song that I have to sing that I usually don't have, maybe I might play it. I might know the song, but I'm usually playing it for somebody else or whatever, and it's just too high for me to sing, and I just want to know what key I need to put it in. I will use the transpose button just to figure out what key I need to put it in. But once I figure out what key is comfortable for me, then I actually go and learn the song in that key. I don't know if that's exactly what you were asking, but that's like one of the few times I will use a transpose button, and that's just a situation where I'm sitting right down here in the basement, and I'm like, man, that song is too high. And I'm like, well, oh, how long, and then once I figure out what key, and then when I figure out, oh, okay, yeah, I'm comfortable in that key, then I'll turn the transpose off, and then I'll actually learn it in that key. So I guess I mean, you can manually sit there and try to learn the song in every key. But that's when I use the transpose button. But I'm not sure if I really answered your question, Elo. Let me know if you meant something else and I totally misunderstood your question. Did anybody else have an answer for that question?
Simple answer. Just have a wider range. It's that easy.
What you
Boom.
mean have a wider range? You mean vocally?
Yep, there you go.
But
Just spend years extending it, and then you'll never have to transpose a song again.
I don't know. Now you're talking to somebody that sung opera. Okay, I was a voice major. I was not a piano major. I've been classically trained to sing opera. I've done it, and even with all that training, it's some stuff that's just too high. I'm sorry. And I'm in my 40s. You know, I'm not quite as old as Kim, but I'm in my 40s.
No, you're definitely older. You're
Yeah,
way,
No,
way older.
okay,
I'm
okay. I'm
yeah, I'm
older than her, but only by like less than 2 years, I think.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
I'm messing
But
with it, but I don't know. It's a privilege of having a wide range. I don't worry about it. I just make my voice do the thing.
so I could just take a song and that and no matter what key I put it in, you got it. Is
Pretty
that
much.
what you're saying? I'm about to
Uh,
use my
He- he-
transpose
he-
button in a
he-
second now.
as long as it's within like a reasonable range,
See,
like
no, okay, now see,
like
now see,
like
see,
and
see.
like any
You
higher than like
backing
a
off a little bit.
hold on, and any higher than if we're going any higher than like if we're going any higher than C6, we're gonna have a problem. But
What's it? You can't hit this note right here. Well,
nope.
just sing it an octave lower then. Sing a C5. That's what I did. I played the track that I did with Nisha on my Saturday stream, Count on Me. And it's a Whitney Houston and CC Winans. And I sung it with her. And I literally sang that entire song like two octaves lower.
I mean, I'm
So, shoot, you can just drop the octave, but it doesn't give
I'm
the same effect. But
I have too much. My pride is too powerful. I would spend the time extending my range upward. I've done it before,
okay.
and I would just do it.
You a better man than
I
me.
would. I'm too. I'm. It's like that. It's that part where you're like, this is a new thing I can't do. Well, now I want to do it just so I can get better at things.
How do you extend your range? I just need to know that because,
Scales
did
might
you
help.
know?
It's a
Practicing
Well,
your scales,
it's
probably.
it's a combination of improving your technique
Okay, technique.
and
Okay.
and then also actually practicing in your upper register. Same thing with going lower. I've had to do both, and I think I've gotten a decent extension through just
I'll be right back, y'all.
years of
I'll be right
practice.
back.
Like it and like after extending it to a certain point, then I just worked on then I went back to the basics. I was like working on the average part of the voice, I guess. I forget the term for that, but and then just having better foundations, then I was able to go even further in both directions, and it's made my life easier. But I've also I also just have a I started with kind of a wide range anyway, so I cheated. But
I would like to sing lower. I
I
have to
think
sing my low notes early in the morning.
I think singing lower is actually harder
Yeah.
because because I feel like the thing with singing higher notes it's a lot of technique, and then just practicing to get your voice stronger, right? And then getting lower, it's so strange because you have to do less, put less force into the voice, and it feels unintuitive and wrong.
Right.
I I was taught my first voice teacher, who the one that actually had me sing in two different operas when I was in high school. She was a soprano, and but she could sing bass notes, and she was showing me how she did it, and she would do something like,
I
and
was
then
gonna
it's like
say that's
after
what
like
I
a couple
do.
of seconds, she was actually able to sing, and she's a soprano. She was a soprano. Dolores Jones, rest in peace. But I mean, now, when I say bass, I mean she didn't sound like Melvin Franklin from the Temptations. I'm not saying that, but but she
Yeah,
was able to sing the notes. Though she was able to, produce it. It wasn't nothing that nobody would pay her to sing.
that,
Yeah,
But
that's
she was trying to teach me the technique of, just, how to. She's like, well, you can be able to do that, Richard, because she called me a Helden tenor. If y'all familiar with the different types of, voices, it's like I'm a tenor, but she said you're a Helden tenor. I'm sorry, and
not a tender, but a
I don't know much
Hey
about
Kim, we're
that.
not gonna talk about
Okay, so
tenderonis no more, right? We that's
absolutely not.
that's an inside joke between me and her. But anyway, and we ain't talking about Bobby Brown either. But but yeah, but she
Okay,
was
so
she
what about the higher notes? So what do you do for those? Because that's what I need.
for me, I'm a tenor, so my voice kind of started like I would sing high, and that was the kind of music that I intuitively gravitated towards. So for me, a lot of my technique was already there, and it was just practicing getting higher, learning how to use my head voice, and then once I figured out how to use my head voice, I was able to just. Then
Can
when
you
it came to
demonstrate
going,
an exercise, vegan? Can you demonstrate an exercise that you would use, some type of scale or something like just demonstrate?
Please.
Because Bev T is like she's sitting here like, I need more. So can you like demonstrate?
scales.
Lots
So
more.
remember earlier when I said I was that I'm kind of stupid. So
Oh,
I
I
u-
guess your dog agrees.
so I
Your dog is like, Amen, Ruth, Amen,
She
Hallelujah,
needs to, because I
absolutely.
hear her
Oof, oof.
practicing. She help
so,
her out,
so
please.
I I I worked with scales for a while, but my brain struggles to focus on focus brain struggles to focus on systematic things like that. So I was only able to do that for maybe a few months before my brain just shut down and didn't want to do it anymore. So what I did was I would just learn I would just would have I would learn how the technique works, right? And then I'd be like, okay, I have to improve, get there, and then
Okay, all
just
right,
in my
take us
general
through one of your
singing.
techniques. Like, take
So
us through like one of your techniques.
all right, so let's say for example, you want to sing bass, right?
Okay.
So instead of doing scales anymore, I would just take some songs in a lower register, which that varies based on where you are, and then listen to people who are sing lower. Listen to them explain the technique. So what I heard was, for example, when you're singing bass, whereas when you're singing higher notes, you're obviously you put in more energy into the voice, but the lower you want to get, the less energy you want to put in. So you want to relax the vocal cords more. So if you wanted to sing a very low, oh, your voice is gonna be relaxed. Whereas if you're like, ah, a bit more energy, right? So I would then keep that in mind, and while I'm trying to sing lower, I would just be very focused on making sure that part of my voice is relaxed. And it took me a while because it made no sense intuitively because it's not how my brain processed singing. My brain, like instinctively when I think of singing, I'll lift
Larynx.
my larynx lifts and my voice is ready to go high. So I had to kind of fight my intuition and practice singing lower. And then after I got the technique down, then I kind of had to back up, go to my foundations a bit, and work on my voice. come back, and then I was able to kind of better use it, because it's kind of a thing where I extend my range, and then I have to focus on working on my voice to where now it's like, okay, you can hit the notes, but does it sound nice, right? So now you got the note, but now you have to work on your timbre by improving your technique. So make sure your breathing is right while you're doing these new notes. Keep on, make sure your technique is better. Keep listening to more people, because there's so many people out there that know way more than I do, and learn more techniques, practice, focus on that nonsense for months.
Nonsense.
It's because I feel like that's really what it is. Because in reality, I mean, your average singer doesn't need to have a wide range at all. As you just need to be able to use whatever you have. But I refuse, and it's stupid, and I don't need it, but I want it.
No, it's,
Um,
it's, it's
Don't
if there's a way to open up your range and you can do it, it's always a good thing to do that. I mean, and I've heard of people that did stuff like that, and I know when I was going through those. Now I haven't had a voice lesson in over 20 years because when I was in college, I was a voice major in college, so I had voice lessons then. I was in college from till I would say I had the last time I had a voice lesson was in '97. So
wow.
it's been over 20 something years. But I know since I actually literally had a voice lesson, it's been over 20 years. But I know when I was going through that all the time that I definitely notes that I used to be able to hit with no problem. I tend to not be able to sing them as easy. Case in point, I sing at a Presbyterian church over the last 10 plus years. Sometimes they hire me as a tenor, pre-COVID, of course. And and this guy has known me since the minister of music there has known me since I was in high school, right? So he knows, and he's been hiring me as a tenor for you know 20 something years. And he actually said, I guess it was like a year or two ago, he was like, Richard, man, you used to be able to sing these notes with no problem. It was like it would be like a tenor part, and this is classical stuff. Like this is like it's a black Presbyterian church, but they do a lot of, let's say, Handel's Messiah, that type of music, and a lot of stuff where you got these big books and you got to sit there and and it would be like some notes, and I'm like struggling to hit it, and he was like, Richard, you used to hit that with no problem.
No, so that.
And now I'm sitting here like, yo, I don't know, Bruce, I don't know if I can hit this note, man.
Well, that's definitely the biggest thing is consistency. Because
Don't use it,
like
you lose
that's
it.
exactly. Because like I like even because until I fall into a stint where I wind up not practicing for a few weeks, I'm on it every day. And the thing is, if let's say I forget to work on my lower register for too long, or I'm not working on my upper register too long, uh, my voice just kind of it shrinks back in one direction. So you have to be consistent in
I
practice,
agree.
and you don't even necessarily have to go to the very tippity top to maintain. To extend, you're going to have to, slowly stretch. Don't never overextend, because then you're gonna hurt yourself. But you'll want to stretch. But if you want to keep, you just want to make sure that part of your voice is still moving. Like because I
I
know
agree.
I know
I agree.
I know the way I go about it is not the most efficient, probably, and it's probably not good for many people other than myself. But I know it keeps me going because it's more musical in my brain to use music to practice rather than sit there with exercises, because they just make it not fun.
Elo wants you to sing some Larry Graham, man.
Unfortunately, I don't know any Larry Graham, but I could do a little Lou Rawls if you want, just
Okay, go
to
ahead. Go ahead. Do some Barry White, Lou Rawls, somebody. Go ahead.
You'll
You'll
never
never find.
find,
Oh, okay.
as long as you live, someone who loves you tender like I do. You'll never find, no matter where you search, someone who cares about you the way I do. No, I'm not bragging on myself, baby. But I know one who loves you, and there's no one else. No one else.
Okay.
All right, all right.
Oh, okay, Lou. What's up, Lulu?
Keep in mind, just 2 years ago, I would have never. Now I could have hit the notes, but I wouldn't have had the proper tone. Because it takes an important part of the singing is tone, and if it's great if you can hit the notes, but if you can't, I feel like if you can't control the tone of a note when you're hitting it, it's not the most useful, right? So if you can hit this, use if you can mess with the tone of a note, it's most useful. But if you can get the most out of a tone as well, if I were to just sing that and not really have the bass tone, like it's difficult to explain. But there's a timbre. Do you understand what timbre is? I'm sure you do, but I mean
Yes.
Bev.
I think I know what you're talking about.
So So for for example, when I sing in my standard range, which would be more tenor range, my larynx would go up, which gives me a brighter timbre. Now, there's a place for a brighter timbre if you're using lower notes, I guess, but at the same time, there was a point where I wasn't sure how to get a darker, bassier tone, which kind of which it I could hit the notes, but couldn't get the tone that bass tone, which is kind of useful when you're singing in that lower register. And until I feel like for me at least until I have that, I don't know if I could even count a part of my voice as even usable, because otherwise what's the point of hitting a note if it sounds like right?
Right.
Or if you're up here and but the note just sounds like a teapot, and you can't put any tone, and you can't mess around with the tone at all.
Color,
Yeah.
timbre, color,
Tim-
whatever. Like, yeah.
I
I
feel
got you.
like the timbre is a very important part that for a while I ignored, at least with the extremes, and then once I made that shift, it kind of made things make more sense.
Okay.
I also feel like I ramble on a lot. I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like I do.
Oh, I do it all the time, and so I feel you when you want to get your point across. You just start talking. It's all good. I mean, we wanted to know what you felt, so you know, and we wanted to hear an example. We wanted to hear some bars, and you gave us some bars. I got somebody to come
Yes.
on my Saturday streams that has yet to give us any bars, and he's been
Right.
coming on for like what, over a year now. And this is your
Yeah.
first
Right.
time, and you already gave us some bars, so I ain't
Right.
mad at you, bro.
The my thing is like I was more reserved about the piano because I've only been playing piano for what's it 2021, so
Okay.
Oh,
This
wow.
year,
three
that's it.
three so about three almost 4 years.
Oh,
But I've been singing seriously for almost 11 years, so that's something that I'm very confident in my abilities with.
are you comfortable with saying how old you are? I'm just curious. Like,
I am 21.
okay, okay, all right, got you. Okay, so that's why you're at an age where you're talking about extending your range and everything. Okay, I got you now. I got you. See when you when you get to like 44, be like, oh no, I ain't extending. Just whatever I got is what I got.
Yeah,
Take it or leave it.
you gotta
Don't
live
you
life.
say that. Don't
So
You
you
when you
gotta
get
say
to
live
that.
life
jazz age, when
like
you come
Philip
before
Bailey.
Christ, that's when.
Here go the old jokes. Here go the old jokes. Now that's a joke. Then that's an old joke from somebody who's actually older than me. But okay, I got it. Okay, at
You
least
know.
with Kim, Kim really is younger than me. Not by that much, but she's younger. But I don't know how D
Nah,
gonna hit me
by a
up with an
lot.
old joke.
By a
You know.
lot.
I feel like
Jazz walk with Jesus, so
Well, if I walk with Jesus, oh, never mind. I ain't gonna say that because that's not funny. I was about to say something. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Forget it. Forget it. I'll
I
just take the
personally
joke, D.
will I will live my life like Philip Bailey.
Oh,
Little-
ribbon.
I
Or
want to
even better than Philip is my man. Oh my goodness, Temptations. Oh my goodness. Eddie Kendricks.
Philip Bailey. he's he's younger than I thought he was. Was he late 60s or early 70s? And
Let's find out.
he's over there hitting whistle notes on stage.
How old is Philip Bailey?
Hmm.
He's
He's
younger than
70.
Jazz.
Be quiet, Kim. On May 8th, he turned 70. Philip Bailey turned 70 on May 8th.
Yeah.
Oh, he was born in 51. Oh, okay. I was about to say something, but then my mother would get upset.
You were born in 49. Dang. That's
And
crazy.
you were born in 47. So, okay, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Contemporary
20
Domain asked you, said something here.
Okay, let's see what we got. Hey, House of Jazz, I just hit your pay. Oh, you gave me some money? Uh-oh. I was looking to purchase a chord sheet if possible. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. You gave me some money? Let me double check, because people be saying they be giving me money and then I don't be seeing it. I need to see the money. I was about to call you honey, but nah, I ain't going to do all that.
I don't do that.
Right.
Is it M. Reese? What the world is this song? Hold up. I do have something that came in. But you didn't say what song you want, did you? I'm assuming this is you. I don't want to say the real name. I hate doing that, just in case you don't. But you didn't say what song. What song did you want? I did get something. Does your email address end with man and the number 1? I'll ask you that.
They have Reese in the name in his name on.
Okay, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
then I did get it, but I do not see what the name of the you didn't type what chord sheet you want though, but I do have your payment. But it's nothing there. So if you tell me now, then hopefully when I'm finished this stream I can send it to you. I don't see. Yep. So okay. All right. So back. All right, so Bev, we're not getting any bars from you tonight, huh?
Oh, come on, Bev. You can do
I can
it.
hear it in her voice. She can sing.
I can hear it in her voice too, actually.
Come
I hear
on,
that
Bev. Come on,
raspy-
Bev. You can do it.
that
Just a little
Raspy.
something. It could be anything. We're not
No,
in whatever you're comfortable with. Something you've been singing for years that you're comfortable with.
If you sing something else, if you sing something, I'll sing. I just called to say I love you by Stevie Wonder right after.
Okay. All right. So Bev, now you got to sing now, Bev.
See, Bev, you can cut your camera off if you shy and just sing. You know.
As a matter of fact, we're gonna zoom in on you. All right, come on, let's
no,
go.
don't
Let me
do
see.
Oh, now, see there, see Jazz. See, you just done scared off. See,
I
Jazz.
know, right?
God,
That's a rap now.
Come on, we're gonna zoom in on you. Come on,
do
let's
it.
go.
I can't do it.
See,
I
now
can't.
you done scared off. You done scared off now, Jazz. Dang. You done scared
I'm
off.
not gonna zoom in on you, Beverly. I'm not, Bev. I'm
I
not.
don't
gonna
even
zoom in
have
on
a song in mind. That's just the sad thing about it.
you. You don't have a favorite song already?
Well, what's a favorite song? I don't even think I have any favorite
It could be a
songs,
church
really.
song. I worship you, Almighty God. You know that song?
I don't know
There
that
is
one.
none
I don't either.
Oh,
Like-
thank you, Kim.
You don't know that
Like,
song?
I
I
don't know that.
worship you, oh Prince of Peace.
Was
You don't
there
know that
is
song?
none like what is it?
Okay, well you can go. I usually go into that song after this one, and I'll go. There is none like you.
Okay, I know that one. I don't know what the other one you just played.
No one else can touch my. But I always sing that as a medley. I'll start with the one I was singing, like worship you, Almighty God. There is none like you. I worship you, O Prince of Peace.
All right, sing, Jazz.
That is what I long to do. I give you praise, for you are my righteousness. You come to the end of it and go, I worship you, O Prince of Peace. There is none like you. There is none like you. That's how I usually go into There Is None Like You. You go, no one else can touch my heart like you do. I will search for all eternity, Lord, and find there is none. There is none. There is none like Major 9. You. All right, so I did a little something, something. So now you had Vegan, you had me. Kim, you gonna sing a little something, something? And then D, you gonna sing a little something, something? And then Bev gonna feel like, oh, now I got to sing.
Let me get the floor. Let me get the floor.
Number one, we already know you can sing, Kim, so don't even. That's the Martin.
There you go. There you go.
That's the Martin Lawrence right there. Kim, don't make me sing that song you just did for that wedding. I'll play that song. Let them hear you.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one, all right.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah, it's your
okay.
turn, and then after that, then Bev will feel like, oh man,
Okay,
I
here we
gotta
go.
sing. So
Here we
you
go.
be Murray had a little bit. Go
The love boat
ahead.
will be singing all aboard.
Get it,
You know I
Dave.
have a tutorial for that song. Let me find the chords for that real quick. I did it. I love that song. Man. I did a tutorial. I did
There you
that.
go,
that
there
was-
you
I
go,
wasn't
there you
even
go.
paid to do that one. That was something I did on my own. That was fun. All right, so there you go. We got the love boat. So now it's your turn to give us like 4 bars of the 4 bars. We just look. It's only like 9 people in the chat, and 5 of them are us. So 5 of them are us. So you good. Don't worry about it.
I just don't know anything.
We trying to get some more people to sing some songs with us on Saturdays and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? You know, hey. And you say your son knows how to record you and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
means if we
And I'm
send you
trying
some
to think.
tracks to sing, he can record you. So yeah, you know,
Yeah, he definitely can. He has, I
we
forgot
trying
what
to get
his program is, because of course I know you don't like apples. I've heard you talk about the
you.
apple product.
Boo! But I mean, I work
But
with
we
people
do
who
have
use Apple
Yamaha
too.
keyboards. We don't have a Williams. No.
Good, good,
Not
good.
for anybody
I don't
who
know what
has
Sabrina
one.
was
I'm
doing.
sorry. Not to
I don't know what
prohibit
Sabrina
anyone.
was thinking when she got that thing, whatever, when she used to come on every week and I used to crack on
It
her.
was funny
I was
because I
like a
was at
Williams
guitars.
keyboard.
I was at Guitar Center on Saturday and no Sunday, and I looked and they were selling Williams keyboards.
Yeah, that's where they come from. I think Guitar Center is the only place you
Yeah,
can get Williams. I think it's some
Oh,
type of
okay, okay.
connection. I don't know if
yeah.
it's like a Guitar Center brand. I
And,
don't know, but
and you slid by those so fast.
I was like, where are the
because
Yamaha
of us, because of
controllers?
this live stream, you knew better
I'm
than
like,
to get it. See, we teaching
where
people.
are the Yamaha? But they
Now, the
hardly
only
had
other thing
any
I gotta teach,
Yamahas.
the only other thing I need people to learn is to leave apples alone unless you're eating it as a fruit. Yeah, that's the
I
other thing we gotta
know.
Now,
teach.
Bev,
So
you just didn't
whatever.
want to get talked about, Bev, because you know we would have came for you. We would have came for you.
My keyboard is so old though. It's the one of the first motifs that they ever made.
Hello, hello. You
I
see
have
this
an
right
old one
here?
too.
You see that right there? That's from the first motif too. It's a Mode 6, but it's based off the original motif. And
That's what
Kim
I
has that
have.
exact same board.
Yeah.
So, hello.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I've done
old, but it's
tutorials using that
old
board.
faithful.
That's the only one I have right now. So
And to be honest with you, the board that I have in front of me is the 88 key. It's the Mo XF8, and it's based off of the Motif XF board.
yep, that's the
So
one
guess
that I
what?
wanted. That's the
Right.
one I
That's
want.
so I'm still
Hmm.
using the Motif board myself, and guess what? I'm beyond happy with it.
I know.
Beyond happy with this board. So
Yeah, that's what I want. It's not as heavy as that motif.
it's not a what you
It's
said.
not as heavy when you're carrying it.
Oh, okay.
It's not as
Yeah,
heavy.
that's crazy how these weighted keys are not like this keyboard is not heavy. I have a 76 key. This keyboard right here is you can't see it, I got a bunch of junk on it. It's a Yamaha EX5
All I
and it's
see are
76
chords.
keys and and it's lightweight keys. It's synth action keys on it. So it's not weighted keys. When I tell you this is the heaviest keyboard I've ever lifted in my life. I got it for free because a friend of mine about 2 years ago moved to California. He
Hmm.
had it in storage and he said, I am not taking this thing with me. He called me up and said, if you want it, you can have it, just like that. I caught a hernia, but I got it.
Oh Lord.
I caught a hernia because I mean it's a good board. Stevie Wonder
Hmm.
played on this board on TV shows back in like the late '90s. And so I used to see him sitting in front of a Yamaha EX5, and I was like, so I had to get it. But and it's a good. It came out just before Motif. It was like
Stevie
their flagship.
actually helped create the motif, though.
Did
Yeah, I
he?
think you told me that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think you told me that. Yep.
I
And
got a
he used to.
chord. I love chord.
Boo! Let me mute her mic. Hold
I
up.
love
Mute,
chord.
mute, 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 mute.
I do have a Yamaha. I do.
Boo! Oh well, yeah to that.
I got a Yamaha. I got a Yamaha MM6.
MM6, yeah, I
Yeah.
have that too.
This one chords compared. Yeah, you said the MM6.
Yeah.
Okay, the MM6 actually is nothing but motif sounds, but it's just a reduced library.
Right.
So
it
if I'm
is.
not
Yeah.
mistaken, it's like okay, let's say the motif has let's just say 5,000 sounds. Well, the MM6 might have 2,500 sounds, but there is half the sounds of the motif. So you
Yeah.
basically have a motif. You just don't have every single sound that's in the motif. So you good.
Right. Hey,
You
it was
good.
given to me. The
Okay.
guy in the band that I played for, he said, you know what? You can just have it. I said, oh,
Okay.
okay.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Just like I got this one because he was moving to California. The guy that sang lead in my band, if I ever look at that video, anything you want, anything you need, that I posted of my old band, the lead singer, it was his board. And he's like, man, I'm moving to San Diego, man, and I am not taking that. So sometimes we get lucky in life, I guess. Hey,
Yeah.
Jazz, I'm a beat song maker, and I struggle with switching chords for chorus compared to the verse. I know a lot of modern music doesn't have chord changes when you go from the verse to chorus.
True.
It's funny that you typed that. I was about to say, shoot, a lot of songs nowadays is just four chords
Real, yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
from beginning to
Literally.
yeah. It's like
Literally.
a loop.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
literally like
Pretty
four
much.
chords. Kim and I
Yeah.
just worked on a
Go lay
song
down.
that she wrote and produced, and yeah, thank goodness we put some different stuff in it. Thank goodness.
Yeah, we had a bridge too.
Yeah, we have a bridge. I've played it on. I've played it. If you go to episode 1 or episode 2 of this live stream, I played it at the beginning, like when I started the live stream. I had played the song. I might even play it now. I don't know a piece of it, but yeah, we don't do just four chords and that's it. We was like, nah, we gotta.
Gotta have something, a little something to it.
Yeah. We had to put a little something in that, but
You ready, Bev?
yeah, I know. She's sitting there like they're gonna keep talking. They're gonna forget. I have not forgotten. I just want you to know, and even Jewel, my baby sis over here saying, "Sing, Bev, sing, Bev."
Sing, you better sing.
Yeah, but
I'll do it the
you
next
singer.
time.
Why
I'm
don't
gonna have
you
a
sing
song
something?
ready for you the next time I come on.
What do you
I'm gonna
Okay.
be
sing?
ready.
Do you like R&B, gospel?
Yeah,
What do you sing?
R&B, gospel, a little bit of rock,
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
a
Oh,
little,
but we can ready
just
to
a
do
little.
soft
We're doing
rock this
soft rock
week.
on Saturday. That's right.
Look, let me tell you, because in my band I do that song by Van Halen, "Jump."
Oh, can you sing a little bit of it for us,
Oh,
please?
Uh,
jump. Okay.
uh,
Yeah. Can you sing a little bit of it for us, please?
One of the guys in the
Nice
band, the
try.
keyboard player, told me I need to sing it a little bit rougher because he said when I sing the verse up, he's singing it too soft. He's like, that's a rock song, so you gotta put a little more growl, gruff to
You know
your
what? Kim
voice on
said
that
something to
part.
me about doing that. With I have to sing a song by. Who is it by? I told y'all the name of it. Tom Petty, Tim something Petty, Free Falling, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I heard that
Free
song before.
falling.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
Tom
know
Petty.
it.
Yeah.
Ron Music for Life made the track for me. I don't know. He picked the
Cool.
song and he gave me the track. I haven't sang it yet, but I know Kim was saying something about make sure you put some grit in it.
I
Yeah,
don't.
because
I
you
don't think
gotta
I
put a
said
little
that.
grit.
Somebody else said.
Some it could have been
Oh
somebody
no
else.
no no!
Yeah.
I probably did say that. I was joking. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
You gotta put a little something on it though when you're singing the rock, I guess. You
See,
know, you
our
can't.
band does "Hip to Be Square" by Huey Lewis.
Mm,
That's
Mm-hmm.
mm,
well,
mm,
that's
mm,
another
mm.
part
I
of
know that
range.
song.
That's another part of range that I think is underappreciated is range of power. I feel like a lot of people kind of just stay in their lane. Either they're belting the whole time or they're soft, and that's an unfortunate thing because I feel like having both is a very beautiful thing.
I agree. We was talking backstage just a few weeks ago, and I think we was talking. This is after a Saturday live stream, and we was talking about Wanye, and I think somebody was saying something about all he does is sing, one way, and I'm like, nah. And I played this song that was off the Boys II Men Full Circle record, and he actually was singing falsetto during the whole verse. So um, sometimes people can get classified as a certain type of singer, but if you know what you're doing, you can do it all. And Wanye is somebody we know him for singing that crazy stuff, but he actually can do it all. He actually can do it all. But there's a lot of people who can't. So
Yeah,
I
he's
agree.
blessed.
Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to find this scene, Bev. I'm trying to find this scene just for you, and I can't find it.
Oh no.
What scene?
Oh, why is it when I'm looking for something?
'Cause everybody
I'm
know
literally. I
that
mean,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, y'all
sharp
can't see what I'm
dress
looking
man.
for.
Dun, dun, dun,
I'm
dun,
trying to.
dun.
So Bev is like, look, you're not gonna get me to do any bars today. So we're gonna call her EO Junior for the rest of the evening.
Right.
E-
We're
EO
gonna call
part
her,
two.
we're gonna call her EO EIO.
No,
EO EIO.
EO, he's a composer. What did he say? He's a
That's
composer.
what he said. He said, well, he said I'm not a musician. I'm a composer.
I'm a
He said it's not
composer.
gonna happen.
No, I won't say that. I will eventually sing. Like I said, I'm just shy and I want to have a good song. I don't
Sing.
even think I've sung today. And that's unusual because usually I'll be at least sing a couple of songs today. I don't think I've sung much of anything today.
Do
My
you
Sing,
voice is
sing?
not
Belle.
warmed up.
Are you
Hmm.
like? Do you sing in the church a lot? Because I know you
I
said you sing.
used to. I used to before COVID. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm in a band now and we're performing. We're
And
actually
and you said
performing.
y'all do soft rock and what other type of music
We
again? I'm
do
sorry.
everything,
Everything.
including, we do some Jewish receptions.
Oh
So what
wow.
is that?
Okay.
Hava,
The
whatever
bar
that.
mitzvahs and
Yes, we don't do the bar mitzvahs, but we do sing
oh,
that,
okay.
and we have a 10-piece band. So there's three horns, there are three lead vocalists, and then the rhythm section.
Wow, okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
So we do
I'm
a
ready
lot
to
of
hear you
local
sing.
How do
things.
I know?
I'm not the main vocalist, so we have a new lady who sing all the highs. She has a very, very nice
Sang,
voice.
Belle.
That's why
Hey
I was
Bev, this hey Bev, this
asking
is
Vegan, how can I increase my range?
you know what? The first step is to sing something right now, and
Right.
then he can guide you. But if you sing something
Well,
He
right
can
now, then he can
gauge.
guide you. But you know
He's
what,
got a
Bev?
he's
gauge.
Hey
kind of
Bev,
right.
this is dedicated to Bev T right
How
here.
do I
Oh
know y'all
no, don't
singing
you
group?
do it. Don't you do it.
Why don't y'all sing something?
That's for you, Bev. Come on, girl. Come on, why don't you sing? How we know you're a singer? Why don't you sing something?
That don't mean if I sing, I'm a singer.
Well,
But
that's true because there's people who's I'm gonna sing every verse of this song.
and it doesn't really matter about how I think I sound. That's the thing is when I'm singing, I can't even hear really how I sound because I'm not singing for myself
Hey y'all,
usually.
she's gonna like blow us away whenever she decides to sing.
Oh no,
She
I'm
gonna blow
not.
us away. Watch. Whenever she
Mm-mm.
decides.
See,
Mm-mm.
Sang, Belle.
By the way, Kim, I like
Unfortunately.
your name though. People do come to see Otis.
Thank you, thank you.
I remember when I used to be nervous about singing in front of people, and uh, that was fun.
I still get nervous.
Ooh,
I do too, to
say
be honest with
that.
you.
I get
Cause you
nervous
I
when
never
I
know
get
if your
ready to
voice is
play.
gonna crack or anything. You never
Mm.
know. You never
I get
know.
nervous when I play the piano. I still get nervous. I be
I
shaking
do
like a
too.
leaf on the
that
tree, man.
that's the trick.
Wow.
You gotta go with the good. You gotta take a. It's a trick out of the old book. If it cracks, work with it.
Oh, story of my life as a vocalist and a musician. Trust me, there's been plenty of times where something happened and then you just figure it out.
You know
You
what?
keep going and you make it like you meant to do that. A lot of times, a lot of people don't catch a lot of stuff anyway. A lot of
Yep.
audiences don't really catch unless you make a big deal about it. If you go like or you stop with something, that's when they'll be like, "Oh, something must be wrong." Half the time, your audience don't even have a good ear, so they don't even know that that
Pretty
you might
much.
be you might
Right.
have sung that note off or you cracked or whatever. They just sitting there like, let them use you, let them use you. They don't
Yeah, it
even
is.
know.
It is crazy how much more you pick up on when you're a musician compared to beforehand. You-
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah, I mean, there's
beforehand,
people that's gonna know. Okay, something wasn't right, no doubt.
it's like there's a threshold, It's like there's a certain point where an uninformed ear is like, okay, something's wrong here. But once you learn music, you'll pick up on very small things. And you're like, I'm just trying to enjoy this music. I don't need to notice this right now.
Let me see something. Kim up here sent. Let me see. I need to read this. I haven't read it yet. Hey, Jazz, I know you post a lot of older music walkthroughs, but can I ask what is your favorite music to? Oh, I don't have. That's easy. I don't have one.
Yeah,
And I saw what Kim
he
typed.
lives in the 90s.
And for those of you who didn't see what Kim typed, or if you're in the rebroadcast, this is what that old lady Kim typed. That came out in the last 5 years. I honestly, um, you know what? Did that new edition song come out? Dun, 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 dun,
Nope.
boom, boom. That was in the last 5 years. Dun, 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 dun. It's really a Johnny Gill song, but it
There's a few
features.
songs that actually you like. You know didn't you like the Jimmy Jam Terry Lewis project?
Yes, that whole album is great. If for those of you who don't know, Jimmy Jam Terry Lewis, it's called Volume One or V1. Yeah, that entire project, but that project had all old school artists on it, and you had one of the best songwriting producer teams to put it together. So it makes sense that it was great. But New Edition song, that it's a Johnny Gill song. You're like a melody.
This one's for me and you.
Thank you. Yes, I think that was within the last 5 years. I love that song. That came out right around it. I think it was after the movie. I think it came out after the New Edition movie when Johnny Gill released it, and it features all of them except for Bobby. So there you go. There go one song. I love that song. This one's for me and you. Even went number one for them. That was crazy that New Edition had a number one song in the last 5 years. Who would have thought it? But Boys to Men, I don't know if this came out in the last 5 years, but they had an album called Kaleidoscope. Is that how you say the word? Ka- You know that thing with the,
The
whatever that word.
kaleidoscope.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. They had an out and they have a song. I love it, and it's really. I did not. I know it's gonna be crazy that you're hearing this from me. I did not really feel that album, but they purposely said when they put that album and they was putting it out that they said that they purposely was choosing songs that they normally wouldn't do. So they said, I bought the album the day it came out or whatever, and the only music video they did on the album was of the song that I really liked. Now, what is it called? Hold on, I just was looking at the video like 2 weeks ago. It's from the Kaleidoscope CD. It might be more than 5 years old though, but I love that song. Um, I can't think of it, but when I think of it, that's a song that I think came out in the last 5 years. Once again, I'm going to old artists though, so yeah, I'm going to old artists.
Well, let's see. Acoustic said to older ears are to the old ears like jazz,
Like
R&B,
Kimberly, like
R&B,
Kimberly.
R&B or any music in the last 5 years is trash. I like Bruno Mars. Yeah, well, actually, there's a lot of good songs that have come out.
Well, Kim introduced me to Kevin Ross, and
Kevin
I've learned
Ross,
two songs by him because of her. and they're nice. They're nice.
Kevin
There's
Ross.
a lot of
Okay.
great stuff. Jasmine Sullivan has some great tracks.
Hmm.
Well,
Um,
Jasmine Sullivan just
Incredible.
she got one out now, and I'm like, whoa. That I think she
I'm
got
gonna pick
sit
up your
on it.
pieces or something.
No,
Pick
she
up the
got.
pieces. That's Martin, right? Pick up the pieces.
Or
Is that
pack up
Jasmine?
your no, pack up your feelings. That's it.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
No,
When she said
this
pick up the
did she
pieces, I went to
then
Martin.
Jasmine Sullivan was the one that said bust your window out your
Right.
car,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and then she got another one that's out now, sit on it or something like that.
I haven't. I've heard about that title about busting window. I haven't heard the song though, but I heard that she had a song about busting windows out.
But now she got another one out
Well,
called.
that one is old.
Yeah,
The
that's old, but
bust the windows out your car is old.
she
Oh,
got a
okay.
new one out
Well,
called
she
sit
she
on
has a
it.
And
whole
what is okay? Let me ask. Is it okay for you to tell me what she means about sit on it?
no.
No,
It's
She has
okay.
a whole album that's
Okay, never
like
mind.
that.
Never mind. Never mind.
I said I can't deal
PG
with
13
Jasmine
here.
Sullivan right now.
So she a little okay. All right, Jasmine, I might have to start listening to you. No, I'm stop listening.
There's a
She
lot of.
can sing
Yeah, I
though.
know she
Oh
can.
my
I've
Oh
heard
yeah,
that.
she can
God.
sing,
I
but
think
she
she's
done
my
got
favorite.
wild.
Oh, she done got that's a
I think
jam
she's
B.
my favorite right now. It's vocalist, R&B.
Yes. She has some
Yeah,
runs out of this world.
yeah, she
Her
do.
brain just, she
Oh,
just,
Brandy
yeah.
has a new album. Had a new album that came out. It was pretty good.
I listened to it when it came out. Was it called Seven or something like that?
Hmm.
I think yeah, I listened to it, but I wasn't. I guess I'm just stuck with Full Moon and the album, her first three albums.
She has
I
some
guess.
cuts now. She has some cuts on there.
I don't know, Kim, because I remember. I think I might have even talked to you about it, like after I listened to it or whatever, and I was just like, I think, and you was telling me, nah, that stuff was good. I think you said you and your daughters had
Yeah, we were
like
backstage listening to it.
yeah,
Yeah,
right, and I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, she has some
I'm like,
cuts.
what I want Rodney Jerkins and Brandy to come back. That's what I want. I'm like, I need those two to come back together.
Well, I think he did some stuff on there. I know LaShawn Daniels did that song that came out
Okay.
that she had a single with. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, LaShawn did
Okay.
that one. He worked on the whole album with
Yeah,
Rodney
I know
Jerkins is with him
well,
too.
before he passed away, I know that he did a lot of vocal arranging and stuff like that and writing
Yeah,
and stuff like
he they work together though. Rodney Jerkins and him,
that. Right.
LaShawn. Yeah,
Yeah, but
Do you
he did
guys like
stuff outside
her?
of Rodney too, didn't he?
You said
yeah.
heart,
Her.
her. Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
her.
she's a good artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's incredible. I heard her perform a song for you on the piano by herself and sing. I think it was like a year ago, dedicating it to her mother. A song like she played it. No, it was no band. She was at a white grand piano, played it and sang the heck out that song. I was like,
Hmm.
I have the utmost respect for her.
Hmm.
Ever since I seen that, I mean, I thought she was cool before that, but it's on YouTube,
Oh
and
no,
I
she
know it was
played.
something
I
dedicated
saw
to her
her
mother.
live.
That
She's
was
dope.
incredible.
Hey Jazz, you
Um,
got a thing right there. That it said, "Yo Jazz, I'm friends with the Count. He has posted about you a lot on Twitter. He works with the
Hmm.
Okay,
Timberland.
well let me
basically."
read.
Oh, okay.
he works with Timberland.
Yeah,
Let me
Timberland.
hold on. Let me see what Mayoli said. I get what you're saying, Kim. Back in the early 2000s or earlier, you could actually buy a whole album and enjoy 70-80% of the songs on the album. And that's hard to do nowadays.
That's
Absolutely,
true. That's
Mayoli.
true. That's true.
Absolutely.
I should say that I wouldn't know because
Because
they
so
said
you don't listen to a lot of old school stuff. Like, I mean,
I the
I know you said you're
only
21, so
the only song I can think of that came out in the past 5 years is the song "Don't You Forget" by Louis York, and I that's song's 2019, and I only discovered it a couple months ago.
okay. Oh, that's 2019. Okay, hold up. So someone named
Louis York. Hold on.
says it's crazy. I found out about you from the famous Twitter beat maker, The Count.
Mhm.
I don't know no Count. Um, Yo, Jazz, I'm friends with the Count. He has posted about you a lot on Twitter. He works with Timberland, basically all big artists right now. I gotta connect you to. It's funny because I personally know somebody that works with Timberland all the time too. His name is Daryl Pearson. But that's interesting. Okay, that's that's interesting that someone famous actually. Okay, wow, I'm honored. I don't know. Is he on Instagram? Sus or Sus? Whenever I see SUS in music, I always say Sus, like a F Sus 4. So I'm gonna call you Sus. Is he the Count? Is he on? Oh, he says yep. Let me see. Does he follow me on Instagram? I have a Twitter. I do have a Twitter. Beverly, she's back after leaving us again. You
Yeah,
must be on a phone or a tablet. Are you on a phone,
I'm
Bev?
on a tablet.
Tablet. Okay, yeah. Sometimes
Yeah,
certain tablets act crazy. I with
yeah.
StreamYard. I don't know why StreamYard has fixed
And
it,
it's an
but
Apple, so.
Oh
oh, let me
no.
hold up. Wait a minute.
Oh God.
All right. Yes, I told you about using that Apple stuff.
I
Ugh.
have nothing else to use. My computer is only for work, so I have to use what I have.
Okay. Well, you work for. No, let me not say anything. I don't want you to lose your job because I'm something.
No,
Because
not
I'm
at
joking
all.
about something.
Right?
Oh, well, I'm not
No.
joking about
Um,
not liking Apple computers. I really don't. But I don't hate them as much as I claim I do. I just do that just because it's funny.
yeah.
But I don't hate them like that. But
As long as
I'm
it's not
not
a
going to use them.
Williams, it's okay.
Yeah, isn't that Williams, man? That oh my goodness.
My.
He
I
said the
know it.
count. I'm on Instagram now. I'm gonna type in the count and see if something comes up. I see something that says count KO count Cole. Is that? Oh, he has a blue check next to his name. So maybe let me see. Tell me if this is the person right here. Oh, 105,000 followers. Okay, and he know me. Is this the right person, Sus? Oh yeah, I guess. I mean, he got keys and stuff. Let me see if he follows me. Who do I follow him? I don't know if he follows me or not. Oh, he follows too many people to check to see.
He said, "Yeah, that's
Let me.
him."
Yeah, that's the one. Isn't that the one that I think he posted you or he
Oh,
tagged you in an Instagram post at one time,
oh,
and
okay.
you put it on your page.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even remember, but
I
that's
mean, it was
cool.
in your stories.
It was in my right, yeah. Because
Yeah.
when people tag me in their story, then I can just literally just click one thing, and then all of a sudden it just comes into my story. So probably okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to check him out. Okay, he's saying good things about me. Well, I gotta check him out now.
Let's see. Is Williams? Jill said she's laughing at us bullying Sabrina into trashing her wood.
You know what? If you look at some of those old live streams, she wound up selling that thing on eBay like quickly. She sold that thing because we was joking her about that.
the
Them
Williams
Williams,
brother, the Williams brothers don't even play
man,
that.
I know, right?
right?
She literally sold that, but she has a. I know she has a Yamaha digital piano, one of the expensive ones. Like if you bought it brand new. Now she told me she got it like bought it off somebody very cheap, but if you was to get it like brand new, it's like almost the price of the Mod X8 keyboard or something like that. I was like, oh, but she didn't pay that kind. She said, nah. She said she saw it in the. I don't.
Acoustic, acoustic Gossy said, "Where is that guy that went uh, on a half an hour rant about Motif and Casio?"
Oh, you talking about he actually was on about a month ago, but he only came backstage.
Was it
My goodness.
James?
No. He was supposed to come on with us, but he didn't show up. And then Kim was like, "Richard, do you know who this person is?" Because Kim let the person in, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I know who." And then he started playing something, and then we kept trying to talk, so I had to mute him.
Oh, I thought that was James, the other James. That
Nah,
wasn't the other
no, no, that
James.
wasn't no, that
Oh,
wasn't him.
okay,
Nope,
okay.
nope. Nah, James never did that.
What was his name?
Oh my,
Oh, you trying to think
Wendell.
of
His
it?
name is Wendell.
Wendell.
Window,
Okay,
Wendell,
window,
that's his
window.
name.
sure
Yeah,
is. That's
he
right.
actually came. Yeah, he came backstage. It was like a month ago or something.
Okay.
He actually keeps in touch with me via Facebook Messenger. Every now and then, it's like Messenger will ring and it's him on the other end. Like I would say maybe once or twice a year, he'll actually call and do like a video chat with me. And that's how he had the link that one time because he was like, yeah man, I want to just hang out with y'all. And then I gave him the link, and then he wound up not coming on until we was finished. But yeah, so yeah, yeah, Wendell. That was, you
Yeah,
know what,
man.
that discussion was between Rocky and
Yeah.
Wendell, because Rocky was saying something about a higher end Casio. He was talking about a Casio. Now this is a higher end one, and he was saying like it can kind of, you know, it can kind of roll with the motif. What the like, ain't no
Window.
mo
And
Casio keyboard going hang with no
yeah,
motif. I mean,
window
he
went
was
off.
going
Window went
off.
off.
He was. I mean, I agree with Wendell. Don't get it twisted, but oh, I mean, Wendell was. He went
Oh,
off.
yeah, he
Oh,
did. He
I mean, he was like, you
did.
ain't gonna tell me. You ain't gonna tell me that. This little Casio keyboard. Rocky was like, and this is back when Rocky used to come on a panel.
Yeah, yeah.
And oh man,
And I don't think he been back since.
no, I think no, I don't think Rocky's worried about that. I think I don't know. I really don't think Rocky was worried about that like that. But
Does the Casio have a weighted keyboard? Like, do they have
yeah,
any weighted keys,
Yeah, they
yeah,
keyboards?
do.
yeah. They're
Okay.
88 keys. And to be honest with you, I crack on Casio keyboards all the time, but they're digital pianos and stuff like that.
They pretty good.
You don't have to pay that much for it. But if you want to learn how to play the piano and you need some weighted keys, 88 weighted keys, it's really nothing wrong with that piano bed that they use on those Casios. It's the what do they call it? D, those digital ones, or Kim, if you know what I'm talking
It's
about.
a Casio Previa. You talking about the Previa?
Yes, the
Yeah.
Previas and all that stuff. If you get like a higher end Previa,
Mm-hmm.
those keys feel wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Those
Okay.
keys feel. I mean, now you're only going to get like 8 to 10 sounds or something like that, but
Yeah, you don't
you
get
can
much.
always USB it or MIDI it to
Oh
a
yeah.
computer.
Oh yeah, that's
And
what
if
I
you have
was
a
wondering.
library, then okay, boom. You only paid a
Mm-hmm.
couple of $100s. You got 88 weighted keys. You put that USB cable to your computer, and now
Mm-hmm.
you got thousands of sounds to use. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Somebody
So
gave me one too, so hey, I took it and used it
oh
just
yes,
for
if
that.
somebody want to give me a preview, I'll put it in my collection. I collect
Yeah.
keyboards, and I'm going to be rearranging this soon. So I got once somebody helps me. Uh,
Yeah. Oh, he looked right there at
Somebody's
you,
supposed to be
Kim.
helping me rearrange,
Kim.
but I'm gonna have all my keyboards out. Yeah,
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
am I?
somebody. You know, it's all good.
He looked right there at you, Kim.
Virtually helping me virtually. Let me be specific. Virtually,
too bad I was looking away.
whatever you say. Let me see what he said. Wendell lost his mind when he heard that. I'm pretty sure he's still looking. 'Cause he lost. Yeah, that was like maybe 2 years ago.
Wendell,
Yeah.
Wendell said,
He was like, "You ain't gonna tell me no Casio keyboard can stand with a motif." And Rocky was solid though. Rocky was like, "Nah, I'm telling you, I can't remember the name of the keyboard, but Rocky owned it, and whatever it was, he said whatever the name of it. And he was like, "Look,
He
I don't know
stood
if I
by it.
believe that either. I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know.
oh
Rocky
yeah,
stood his ground though.
yeah."
He
Oh,
stood his
Rocky did
ground.
not back down, and Rocky didn't get all like upset like Wendell did.
No, he didn't. He stood his ground.
Yeah, but Rocky was just like, no, 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 it's good. It can roll with it. And I'm just like, Wendell was like, he was about to cuss. I think he might have said the D or H word a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
did cuss a couple of times. I was so busy laughing. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like
Wendell
laughing
was like,
so
uh-uh.
Now who was
hard.
that? Who was that said James?
The first person was Nathan Nelson. Dude,
Nathan
and
Nelson,
he
yeah.
pops into the chat every now and then. He said it first, but once he did it that one night, then Mike took it over. And
Okay.
Mike would do it all the time, but the person that started it
Was
was
Nathan,
Nathan
okay.
Nelson. It was Nathan Nelson.
Yeah, because they was going at it about something. He said, James.
I think him and James Mike was talking about Michael Jackson stuff or something
No, it
like that.
wasn't me. It was James and Mike.
Oh, okay, James. Okay, right.
Okay.
And then he was like, James. And Mike just ran with that for like at least a good solid year. He ran with that for at least a year.
Yeah.
So we've had
Then-
some.
Then we heard
we've
some
had some
chippity
interesting
choppity,
times.
chippity
Yeah,
choppity, hippity hoppity, whatever Mike used to say.
Oh yeah, chippity choppity. That's you know why? Because and Bev, here's the funny thing. He used
Apple.
to use his iPad to do the live stream, and eventually everything would chop off. He would get kicked off. He would have to come back on. He like this chippity choppity StreamYard stuff. And then, you know what I'm saying? Well, once he started using his computer and realized that StreamYard was okay, then, you know, I told you it's that Apple stuff. But with Apple, let me ask you this, Bev. Are you using Safari or are you using a Chrome browser?
You know what? Probably Safari. So do you think I should use the Chrome?
Yeah.
You should maybe you should try it because I want to say I can't remember who, but somebody had success with using the Chrome. Do you have it installed on your tablet already?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I have Chrome on there because it gave me 3 options and I just selected Safari. I don't know. I'm so used to selecting it when I'm searching for things and
I get it
such.
because that's the Apple. Yeah, I know that's the Apple browser. Well, if you get kicked off again and you click it again, just try the Chrome thing because we're going to stay on this live stream until you sing for us. So even if you have to stay on here for 2 days,
8 bars, 8 bars.
yeah, we're going to even if the next 48 hours. We're not letting you go until you sing some Mary Had a Little Lamb or you put your right foot in, you take your right
Look, you,
foot out.
you
gotta
can't
sing
leave the
something.
stream without singing the blues.
Right.
The blues.
The blues.
Woo.
What y'all know about the blue?
I gave him my
Go
cookie.
ahead.
I know, right? Michael Jackson. That was so funny. That's on the what's that? That was he did that. They did that on the movie, right? The movie.
He
they
did
played
that every
scene-
time.
They played that. They reinterpreted it in the movie. Like, I gave
Yeah,
him my
he-
cookies.
He did that every time he. As a matter of fact, they
I
just
played with
had
her at the sandbox.
right when they played the forum. He said it. He said, "I gave him my cookies," and then one of the Jackson said, "What, Oreos?" He was like, "Yeah, Oreos." I was like, okay.
I have to hear the real one. I've never heard the real one.
Okay.
I'm just familiar with it because of the Jackson movie. I would love to actually hear Michael actually do that. I was just looking at an interview with Michael. I don't know. He popped. I guess because we just uploaded the video on my channel. That Kim produced a video for our Earth song that we did a few months back. And so he's been popping up on my channel. It was an interview he did. It's the same interview. I posted a clip of it in our group where he told LaToya, your voice is really annoying. You sound like Carol Burnett. But it was the entire thing. It was like a 20-minute thing or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I watched that yesterday. But yeah, I would love
It's
to.
very interesting, right?
Yeah, because he was just like I guess he was still living with his parents. He had like the camel thing at the beginning of that interview. So he bought from a circus or something. He was like, yeah, he used to give rides 60 pounds or under, and he was like walking with the animal. I don't think it was a camel, but I think he's in the
Llama.
camel
It
family.
was a llama.
Yeah,
A
llama.
llama.
There we go. Right. He started, and then he was like, yeah, 60 pounds or under.
I think it was a
He used to
camel.
give rides in the circus. And then he just was just talking. And he talked about how songs, he said Billie Jean and Beat It. He said those songs they was just already out there. And I'm just a vessel that was used to bring, it was interesting. It was interesting. And then LaToya came out and said, I used to watch my father make my brothers do it over and over and over again. And I told myself, I never want to do that. but now here I am. I wish I could be like Michael right now. She literally said that. She was like, I wish I could be like where he is as an artist.
Wow.
It was interesting. It's an interesting. It was very interesting to look at.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Anyway, D, where's that mute button? Anyway, Bev, I need you to sing something before I mute D. But yeah, but since you sing some soft rock songs, Bev, you should try to do. Well, let me ask you this: do you think you could have a song ready to sing live for us this Saturday? That's a rock song that you could maybe just sing live a little, even if it's not the whole song. That gives you Thursday, Friday, and most of
Rock
Saturday.
song.
Soft rock.
I'll
Soft rock.
try soft rock. So when you say soft rock, can you give me an example? Is that
I'll
something
let
like
Kim give it to you because she was the one that kind of picked the genre, so I'll let her describe it. Kimberly.
Kind of like rock and soul meshed.
Can you give her some
like
examples?
Tina Turner type of stuff?
Yeah. What's love got to do with it? I would consider that soft rock.
Okay.
Lionel Richie,
Which Lionel Richie songs is soft rock?
like Truly.
Oh, that's soft rock. What about Hello?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
hello is too.
Oh, that's.
Hello.
I didn't realize. I thought I would call that pop.
Yeah, that could be pop too.
Yeah, pop. It can be Give It to Me One More Time.
Let me think of some other songs.
The Bee Gees, I think one of theirs is some.
Hey Bev, if I give you, if I can give you a music track before Saturday, would you and your son be able to put your vocals on it before then?
I think so, yeah.
All right. When we get off, matter of fact, we can get off this live stream now because it's like it's 6 people on here and we're 5 of them. But yeah, my mic can make something happen, and this way at least it'll be something pre-recorded so you can feel a little bit better about it.
Right.
But, what time?
Right.
Oh, we've been on here for 3.5 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, we're about to sign off, y'all. So
Yeah,
for those of you,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, so for those of you that decided to sit and chill with us, we did answer a lot of questions earlier, so we appreciate that. Saturday, somewhere in the 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time hour, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be back.
8 Central.
Yeah, there you go. 5 or 6 Pacific, right? We'll have our live stream. I'm sure Kim will be there at some point. Dee will be there, and we might have Bev back now. We might have Bev. I don't know if Vegan is going to be there or not, but but we'll be back with some soft rock songs. So this will be the first time in a while that we do some new songs. We want to try to have a night where we just present new songs. We haven't had that in over 2 months, so make sure you check that out. And even though I don't expect a change, I do still have a post on my community tab for what disco. We're doing disco night the second Saturday in September. And I gave you 4 options that you could go on my community tab right now and vote which song you would like to hear me recreate. But it looks like it's going to be, is that Get Down On It, right? Cool in the Game? That's
I
it,
think
right?
that was
YMCA.
No, that's not. That one is nowhere close. You know what? Before we go, let me see if I can show it real quick. Let's take, oops, wrong one. Boom, there we go. I think it's Get Down On It. Oh yeah, this was for you, Bev, right here. Why don't you
Sing
song? Yeah, why
something.
don't you sing? There you go. Hold on, let me play it one more time.
Sang something. Sang something.
I like that.
Sang something. Oh,
I'm gonna have that ready.
Sang.
I'm gonna have that as a sound bite for you. So when you come on Saturday, I'm gonna just play that as a sound bite over and over again. Sing something. Sing something. Sing. But hold up. Let me see. Oh, your channel. I hit the wrong thing. Hold on. Boom. Your channel, then community tab. Community. There go my sister's video, and then here we go. All right, so we got Yeah, 53% has selected "Get Down on It" by Kool
Yeah,
and the
that's a
Gang.
good song.
Yeah, so that looks like. And Kim said YMCA. YMCA only has 8%, and the car wash is 7%.
Wow.
And this is after 196 people have voted already. I don't know if y'all can.
Hmm.
How I don't know if that's too small for y'all to see, but yeah,
Yeah, I see
so
it.
I think the next one after "Get Down on It" is "Ain't No Stopping Us Now" at 32%. So more than likely, but I'm gonna leave this poll open until the end of this Saturday's live stream. So we're doing soft rock, and before I end the live stream, I will revisit this poll, and whichever one has the highest, that's the one that we're going to do, and then I'll just go ahead
Watch
and delete.
YMCA gonna come with a bang.
It's
That'd
Boom.
be
gonna, it's gonna
funny.
come back. It's
That
gonna come back.
that would be funny because it's like 8%. So that would be funny if all of a sudden I come back on Saturday. So y'all have 2 or 3 days. If enough of y'all out there want to hear me sing YMCA, you have about 2, 3 days.
Let me go to all my accounts.
And Kim got like what 100 of them. Oh no! Oh no! So oops. I was looking for the Love Boat song. It wasn't. It says I couldn't find it. Anyway. All right, let me stay out of my personal business, y'all. Stay out of my personal business. Okay.
You don't
But anyway,
put
we
it
getting
up
ready to
there.
leave, so we'll catch y'all
know, right?
Saturday,
Let me
September,
borrow
and
$20.
next week. I'm. How y'all feeling? Those that's on here right now, y'all like me doing this on Wednesday? Because I've been doing this midweek broadcast on Thursdays. How y'all feel? Y'all feel Wednesday was better?
Oh, Wednesday's Bible study.
Okay.
I'm just.
I don't
playing
know.
with
We'll talk about it later. But anyway, I'll be back next week, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday. I'll probably do another Wednesday because I did like
You gonna do another
4
what?
Thursdays.
Another
you.
what?
Doing another what?
Anyway, we've done 4 Thursdays. I don't even know what they're talking about, but between Kim and D, you know what? I ain't messing with them right now. I love both of them dearly, but I ain't messing with
What's
them right
today?
now.
What's today?
So,
What's
but
today?
the name is
Okay.
Kimberly and D. There you go. Desandra. There you go. But we're gonna be back Saturday, somewhere in the 9 o'clock hour Eastern Standard Time. Join us, and we'll be back next week too, or at least I'll be back next week for
Okay.
another what's it called? Any questions? We'll catch you later.
Thanks for letting me be
Peace.
here.
You
Nice to meet
stay on the
everybody.
line, Bev. Don't disappear
Okay.
yet. Don't disappear
Okay.
yet. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Peace, y'all. Bye bye.